Alrighty, good evening everyone. We've got ourselves Championship Friday. We have been waiting all season long. It's finally here. 4 teams remain. 1 team takes the trophy. Rocco, tonight's going to be a good one.
I'm really excited. Going to be co-casting alongside you for this first match, and then I'll be casting the second match as well. This first one, we've got a matchup of Pretty Peaks consisting of Peak, Uncle Drug, and Frez against the Honored Ones, which is Cade, Alex, and Daystar Wacy. What are your predictions for our first matchup of this wonderful evening ahead of us?
There's a lot to be said about all 4 teams remaining, but especially Pretty Peaks. They have been consistently at the top of their game over the course of not only the regular season, but also in this group stage. I expect to see a lot out of them, but the Honor Ones, I mean, talk about a team. They've had their fair share of ups and downs, Rocco. Now it's really their time to shine.
Yeah, I have a personal connection to both of them. Lost to both of them in the playoff phase to the Honored Ones. I lost to them in the groups, or in the actually top 6. So my team was the one that they beat to get into this position. Pretty Peaks also a tough team to beat as well. I'm personally going to give my vote to Pretty Peaks on this one. I think they're going to pull out just a little bit ahead. I know Peaks is, not to say he peaks all the time, but he's pretty insane. And that combo of Frez and Uncle Drug are really something to be reckoned with. Not to say anything against Axel or Daystar, also known as Uday, but I'm going to go with Pretty Peaks as my prediction on this first one.
I think I'd be inclined to agree with you. With their dominant performance across the board, it's clear that these guys are the overdogs, but feel free to tell us what your predictions are as well, using the prediction right now. Couple thousand on the Honor Ones, just edging out over Pretty Peaks by a couple hundred there. Oh, I stand corrected. Whoever just dumped 9,000 points in our Pretty Peaks, I hope you get what you deserve. Game number 1, a long best of 7 and tactical timeouts also in effect. Championship Friday begins now.
All right, do we want to give them a little reminder, possibly, about the tactical timeouts?
Nah, they got it, right? They got
Alrighty.
it. They got it.
They remember.
And as we get into game number 1, there's a couple of players, of course, we're going to be keeping our eyes on. First and foremost is going to be Cade with a devastating performance over the course of the group stage and the regular season. I mean, we're talking about a 1500 TRL MMR player. This guy has just been absolutely bonkers, truly otherworldly, and the Honor Ones have been using him to his full potential. Uday Daystar, as we call him, is by and far one of the most improved players from the tier 3 category, Rocco. I mean, we've seen him grow a bunch over the course of the season, making touches that he didn't used to make before, and super solid player all around. Very excited to see how this player's growth is going to work towards this team tonight. As we get started into game number 1, of course. You can talk about Cade all you want, but he's got to break down the wall, that being Peak, also an incredibly fast, very mechanical player on the side of Pretty Peaks. Game number 1 so far, Eggshells. But Peak looking to break that open. He's going to crack open the first 4 Pretty Peaks to kick off Championship Friday. And who else would it be other than the tier 1 himself? Of course, Frez getting involved on the goal line, finding a little bit of a bump on the near post. The Honor Ones starting off a little bit slow.
Now we'll see if that is first of many.
Oh,
possibly, as we get our second goal. And only a minute 10 seconds in, we've already got a tie game. Not quite a lead change yet. We'll see if the Honor Ones can take their first lead of the series, but they were able to really bounce back. That's a kickoff goal right there. Kells slides that in. Not sure if the kickoff matchup was just a little unfair for Pretty Peaks, but whatever it is, regardless, we've got a fresh new game, tied at 1.
Yeah, you can tell both teams definitely taking it a little bit slow. Nerves definitely at play here on the big stage. You cannot afford to make many mistakes, and although this is a long best of 7, both teams looking to set the precedent for this semifinals matchup. As Axel from the corner trying to find a follow-up. He's got essential. Uday could commit if he wanted to, and does go rather deep. Might force Pretty Peaks backwards just a little bit as they look to buy back some space. Peeks up quickly, no shot this time around, but it's still just enough to force Honored Ones into an incredibly awkward position. What a triple commit on the goal line. as Pretty Peaks looking to take advantage. Frez is there as well for the follow, but that nasty bounce not gonna do him many favors. Nearly halftime in regulation for game number 1. The Honor Ones still trying to feel their opponents out. Haven't found too much to work with here in this series just yet, as Cade attempts to slow the play down, buy some time for his teammates to get back into position. Peaks as well, forces Cade high. Half tank for Cade right now, and he's not going to be able to do too much with it. It's going to be a bit of a slow road to the back post for him. Pretty Peaks on the other hand, looking fully charged up, trying to take advantage of the Honor Ones who are running a little low on resources. That is before Cade is able to pick up his own corner, keep the play going. But still dead even. Gambito's gonna crack it open. A second, and also the second time Pretty Peaks has had a lead here in this series.
Yeah, they were able to answer back, and they haven't given up the lead so far. So that's a good little play right there, a little passing play with Gambetta and Frez. You like to see all that involvement, and we'll see if they're able to hold on to this lead. Hopefully, for them, add on to it a little bit more. You know, there isn't a kickoff goal this time, though. Could be one coming up, though, or a goal coming up. Let's see if Peaks able to get it by one. Frez goes for the bump, doesn't quite get it. And that ball's kind of bouncing in the corner. Peaks going to try to put that on net. Looks like Axel's going to be able to clear that. That ball bounces down. Is it in? Yes, it is. And once again, we have another tie game. Axel double unicycle is able to connect on a little passing play from Kells right there. Reads it dropping down off the backboard, and there's not much you can do about that to save that. We got another tie game, minute 46 remaining in our first game of our best of 7.
Yeah, you gotta give the Honor Ones their flowers here. They know exactly when to speed up the play, force Pretty Peaks into an awkward spot, but they do play it rather interesting from the midfield. Cade in particular likes to slow the pace of play down, try to get some time for his teammates to get into position, but when the Honor Ones are looking for a time to strike, they will bring the pain quickly. Pretty Peaks caught off guard this time around. Minute and change. Gambetta up quickly. He's over 1 in fact. Could be an opening for Pretty Peaks as Frez tries to bring the hammer down. Peak, an incredibly aggressive third man here, has no choice but to force the play back into his own corner. Now Peak, Gambetta in the midfield as well. Shot, not going to be there this time around. Frez to recover, and with a minute left in game number 1, one mistake could mean losing this first game, losing the momentum in this series. A pretty devastating start for either team, especially when it's so close. Cade's up, top left to bin. He's good for a third.
And that is their first lead of the series. First lead of the game. Well, and the series too. And you know what? What a time to get it. 48 seconds remaining. Let's see if they can hold on. Could be momentum changer, like you said, to have gone from trailing the whole game. Now all of a sudden they have the lead. We'll see what they do about it, though. Obviously, Pretty Peaks is going to try to put a pretty shot on their own, but it doesn't quite go. Hits the crossbar. Kel is going to look for another. Frez on the defense. He's able to get that. See if he has a play right here. Peak going to take it over. Gets it by one. Does he get it by another? It could have rolled in, but Kells was playing smartly back. 30 seconds remaining. Let's see if we have one more goal in us to potentially send it to overtime, or kind of lock this game away. Ball goes up, goes clear to the corner. Peak's going to see if he has another shot for it. Gambetta is not quite there. Daystar is going to clear that. And let's see, Frez has to make a play. There is a little bit of an open net. He gets it over one, and it's blocked by Cade. What a play. Or Kells, what a play.
Still, Pretty Peaks remains alive. Couple of seconds here for game number 1. Gambetta and Peak combining to break it back into the box. 2 players up and sent to the ground. Not quite. Gambetta there to keep it alive, and he will be there again. Tense here at the tail end of regulation, but all said and done, the Honor Ones have locked out game number 1. It was even for the most part of game number 1. I mean, we're talking 1-1 and then a 2-2. But the Honor Ones barely able to eke it out at the tail end of regulation. Not the start Pretty Peaks was looking for, but they've been in this situation a handful of times over the group stage, over the regular season. They've started on the back foot more than once. They've always come out on top. Will they do the same here? Now that it's all on the line, that's a different task.
Yeah, we'll see. You know, there's a lot of fight in the Honored Ones to be able to bounce back from that. You know, obviously they were trailing, but they didn't care. They were able to get the lead when it mattered at the end of the game. That's the only time the score matters. You know, when the clock strikes 0, as long as your team has more goals than the other team, you're winning the game. And looks like Axel's going to see if he can get a goal right there to start his team off with the lead this time. Doesn't quite connect on that. Now Peaks is going to send that. Kel's going to bounce it back. And ball's kind of, you know, ping-ponging around so far.
Yeah, both teams still looking for a foothold here for game number 2. Back in game number 1, the Honored Ones were actually not the team to strike first. It was Pretty Peaks who had taken the lead both early in the game and in the latter half of the game. But they were not able to hold on to that lead for too long. The Honored Ones now looking to flip the script, see if they can be the first to take charge of the game. Now it's Axel downfield. Kate's there. Slot into the top, into the bottom bins is good for a first. You gotta wonder what Pretty Peaks was trying to plant here as Cade, a fake underneath one. Magnificent play, but cannot imagine Pretty Peaks is gonna get too far with the player back against the tier 1 of the Honor Ones. Not a situation Pretty Peaks were hoping to find themselves in.
Yeah, of course, and you know, that's interesting to note about the tier 3 versus the tier 1 comparison. Both of these teams have the SSL level tier 1. As you can see, Kel scores another goal. That's their 4th unanswered goal against Pretty Peaks. They scored 2 at the end of game number 1, obviously 2 now so far in game number 2. And yeah, we've seen the top 3 teams who had the top 3 highest level players, all 3 SSLs, they have advanced 3 out of our top 4 teams. So they have really, really good tier 1s. Obviously, we have our tier 3s, which aren't necessarily SSL levels, but it's kind of balance that out. And like you said, it's an uneven matchup. When you have a tier 3 trying to go up and block an SSL, usually it's going in most of the time. So
yeah, Pretty Peaks trailing by 2. This is the largest lead that any team has had over the course of the series, and the Honor Ones have all the momentum to their name. After stealing game number 1 from under the noses of Pretty Peaks, they have found themselves here. Pretty Peaks in very dire straits as Peak tries to climb the mountain. Gets it to Frez this time around with a couple of boosts remaining. Frez does have it in him to make a play, but a nasty double commit is going to leave Gambetta alone once again, this time from the corner. Able to deal with that play fantastically, and although it's pretty easy to get nervous there, last one back, you got the Honor Ones staring down you from the barrel. Very easy to get a little bit nervous and make a mistake, but so far Pretty Peaks has done what's necessary to keep themselves in striking distance. But if things don't change quick, Rocco, the Honor Ones looking set to move this series onwards.
and that would be really interesting to see if they go up 2-0. Obviously, that's a lot better spot than being 1-1, you know, but will we see, you know, potentially a tactical timeout shift any momentum? Will they just choose to go for it? Frez goes for it and brings his team back within 1 goal that cuts that lead in half. Let's see what happened right there. Looks like he kind of stole it away from Axel and got it off the ceiling, gets a little flip and puts that one right in there. Pretty nice play right there. A little mechanical from Frez. And just like that, it's a 1-goal game. But yeah, we'll see. It's a big difference being up 2-0 as opposed to being 1-1 in your series. So if you're the Honored Ones or if you're a fan of them, obviously you want to take this game. You don't want to give up any more opportunities. You want to score that goal right there. And wow, blocked away, but then dunked right back in.
My goodness. The Honor Ones quick to take back what was once theirs. The 2-goal lead has returned to its rightful owner after Frez found himself a ceiling shot to open up the scoreboard. It has been quickly shut down. Now Peak looking for another classy flag and a second as he absolutely styles on his opponent right off the kickoff. Make sure there is no room to breathe, and Axel has no more words.
Yeah, that's, you know, back and forth. That's why we play the game, and it's exciting to see all these goals coming in right back after each other. Someone scores, someone goes up. That was almost another answer back goal, but just hit off the side post right there. See if Axel's going to be up on it. Is there a save? It's cleared away by Frez, but they're not really getting any momentum. Don't have a big clear right here. Might have one coming up with Keith. He bumps it over Axel. Kel sends it right back. Is it on? Blocked away by Gambetta, and they stay alive a little bit more. It's a 1-goal deficit for Pretty Peaks. Oh, soon to be tied, possibly. Shot opportunity doesn't quite connect right there. Let's see if Kels takes this. It's an open net. If they're able to connect, Axel sends it, but Peaks is going to be able to get back on that. Now it's kind of popped up. See if he's able to get a bit of a clear here. Kel's going to keep it close. They're all a little bit up. The Honored Ones want to score one more goal, have a little bit more of a cushion. Obviously, 2 goals up with a minute and a half remaining is a lot better. But Gambetta is going to see if he can keep some pressure going. A demo right there as Peak is taken out of it. And now it's just Kel with a 1v1 against Frez. Frez is able to get that block right there. Kel stole that boost on his rotation outwards, and Frez is going to see if he can push that. Might have an opportunity to pass it up to one of his teammates. He kind of goes for a bump on the goal line, doesn't quite connect on anything. Kel is going to take possession. Might be trying to slow this ball down right here with just over a minute remaining. You don't want to make any mistake or give up possession to the other team. Let's see if they can pass it out. Kel's going to be there. Nope, Pete cuts it off. See what he has a play. Should get it 50 with Uday right there. Ping-ponging and back and forth, but it's dangerously bouncing in front of the net. Does he have the touch on it? He gets a couple, but Peaks get the touch that matters. Clears it out of there. See if he gets one more. Doesn't quite connect on that. Is anyone there? Gambetta, possibly, and that's blocked away by Kelson. I don't know if anyone is back for Pretty Peaks. If that shot is on, it will be in, and it's just off.
Still, you gotta admire the Honored Ones consistently being able to put their opponents in awkward positions over and over. Kate in particular has been absolutely loving this backboard. Goes for the instant shot to the backboard or top bins pretty much every time, and Pretty Peaks has had little to no response. Still, they are within reaching distance as we are about to finish with the exact same scoreline we finished with in game number 1, mind you. Gambetta looking to change that though from the corner without any boost. He's gonna have to let that play go. A couple of seconds remain. Pretty Peaks have to keep this alive. Cannot afford to drop 2 this early in the series, but the Honor Ones not gonna let them have it. 2-0 in the series. And Pretty Peaks, after being the overdogs coming out of the group stage, are at serious risk here in the semifinals.
Yeah, taking a peek at the scoreline, this has just been a battle of Kells versus the world so far. He's putting up 637, 3 goals, 7 shots. Absolutely dominant performance we see from his tier 3. Only about 37 points or so. So he's really putting the Honored Ones on his back. And we'll see if it's enough if they take game 3 and go on triple match point, or if there's a little bit of a shift in the momentum here. We'll see as we kick off for game number 3 in our best of 5. 2-0 series score with the lead going to the Honored Ones. A little bit of a fake kickoff there. Pete kind of just clears that to the corner a little bit. Axel should be able to beat him on that. Bounced out. Does Kel have a catch? Yes, he does. We'll see if he takes it off the wall. A little bit of a pinch. If anyone's there that could connect for a dangerous shot, there's a double commit on the goal line, but it does go out. That's what matters. Backwards hit from Pete, looking stylish. Doesn't quite get it by Kells, though. Not enough style points. And Gambetta is going to see if he can take the ball and do something with it.
A lot of pressure on the shoulders of Pretty Peaks here at Rocco. Over the course of this series, they've had a handful of possessions, but they have not resulted in too much. Peak in particular has been running a little cold over the course of this series. Every possession he has just cannot seem to find a mark. And as such, the Honor One's more than happy to take a dominant lead in this series. Oddly enough, no tactical timeouts being used. I think that might bite them in the back a little bit. Usually when you concede 2 games like this, you only got 2 lives left to work with. That is your prime opportunity to call a tactical timeout, but maybe Pretty Peaks has another idea in mind, or maybe they're just feeling confident. Either way, we'll see if it comes back to bite them. The Honor Ones.
Yeah, couple reasons not to take the timeout. Maybe they just want to wait till they're down to their last life. You know, they don't want to burn it. They want to see if we absolutely need it. They could be trusting themselves. They also might have just simply forgotten that they have that tactical timeout. We'll see, though.
That'd be rough.
As we've gone a minute and a half with no scoring, but that could change right now if Kells is able to bop that right back down. Gambetta's going to be up, but that's a miss. Frez kind of gets a touch. Not really strong. Pete gets another touch on it, though, and he has a lot of field to work with, but he has Kells right back behind him. He doesn't get it quite over him. Kells takes that to the side. And we'll see if Axel's going to be up and connects on this one. Is it on? Not quite. But the follow-up,
no,
also just barely off.
Wow. The Honor Ones, all said and done, not able to hit their mark here to open up the scoreboard, but that's not something that's really hurt them in the past, although they have had a couple of good looks at net which they were not able to capitalize on. Still, you can tell the Honor Ones brimming with confidence. Gotta feel like they're going to be able to crack open the Pretty Peaks defense on their next opportunity. As Peak on target, but an easy routine save for double unicycle. Gambetta sends it high. Forces Honor wants to use a little bit of boost. 2 players coming up empty. Cade has to bail him out. And for the time being, the Honor Ones holding on, but they're not quite out of the woods just yet. Pretty Peaks do have the boost advantage, and they will continue to put the Honor Ones on their own goal and force them to defend these difficult shots. And still, Pretty Peaks cannot crack them open. A golden opportunity, but nothing comes of it.
Yeah, really, both teams kind of at a standstill right now. I think they understand the gravity of the situation. You go on triple match point, the only thing that beats you is a reverse sweep, and the same goes for if you're on the other side of that triple match point. You have to win 4 games in a row, so nobody wants to give up any bit of space. They don't want to make any mistakes. They're being a little careful, but sometimes, you know, being too careful can force some mistakes. We saw a little bit of a overcommit right there. Let's see, that ball's kind of boomed out of the way. It could be a little bit of a messy touch, but Kel's going to be able to clear that one up. Let's see if Peak has a passing opportunity as anybody in front of the net. Daystar blocks it away to the side, and we'll see. Challenging in the corner is a little bit risky, but Gambetta chooses to do it anyway, and it's blocked away. Peak going to see if he can get a touch on this. Does he have an opportunity? It's just double unicycle in net. Doesn't quite connect on that one.
And you can see these mechanical plays just beginning to come to fruition, but still nothing seems to give on either side of the pitch, Rocco. What's it going to take to crack it open?
I think it's going to take a mistake from the tier 1 or from the tier 2 and tier 3, because both of them have been locked in on both sides of the pitch. Really, I think it's going to come down to a simple goal line whiff is going to be what gets this one in here, because otherwise they're locked in. The tier 1s are rotating back and making the saves when they need to. I think it's just going to be some little pressure moment, or potentially whatever's going on right here as that ball's popped up dangerously.
No way.
And
Finally.
It slots in.
It's about time that Pretty Peaks was able to put one in. I mean, we saw them having most of the possession over the course of the last handful of seconds, as well as their handful of offensive drives earlier, and it's about time they've had a lead. They have not had a lead since game number 1, and we saw how that game number 1 turned out. Pretty Peaks, this is their time to make a difference in this series. Once again, you let go of this, you're gonna be hurting a little bit, especially when the Honor Ones moves on to triple match point. Now Axel, looking for his time to shine, finds it over to Cade and Uday, who work together to break out of their own half. Quickly denied by Gambetta, shot off target, but a follow-up certain to be there if the Honor Ones are not there first. This time around, it's all Cade. He's got past 1, but Honor Ones can't find the shot in.
That was almost an opportunity to tie as this ball is going to float around the net. Let's see if they're able to kind of finish this game out, but we see obviously with the ball up in the air, it's now in the back of the net, and wow, the Pretty Peaks has secured their first win. It's 2-1 in the series. They got to be feeling a little bit better, and plus they still have that timeout if they choose to use so later on in the series, but they're able to bring it back 2-1. What's your takeaway from the what did they do different that game, Wasey?
To be honest, we were a little worried not seeing that timeout go into action, but gotta admire Peak in particular. Now, this is a player who tends to have massive ups and massive downs, and for him, this game was a massive up. Was able to get some of those mechanical plays working as well. You saw some flip resets on the goal line, and that's really what did it from them. Frez was also a very strong second man, and although his name didn't show up big on the scoreboard, in the midfield, making the touches necessary to put Pretty Peaks on top with a convincing 2-0 lead. Nevertheless, we head on to game number 4. And as we get into game number 4, still, gotta imagine Pretty Peaks are not in the spot they want to be just yet, but they have built up a little bit of momentum off the back of game number 3. But you can't discount Cade. This is a player who's consistently been great all season long. Pretty Peaks still gonna have to pull out all the stops here if they want to equalize, because the Honor Ones certainly quite hungry and looking to do so.
It sure is a battle. We're seeing it kind of ping-pong back and forth. 30 seconds in, not a goal yet. But, you know, I don't think we've scored before the 1-minute mark in any of the games. But that might change. Frez, or Peak, almost had an opportunity right there. Let's see if Frez is going to be able to get something on it. Kind of a little bit of a big boom right there. Let's see if Cade is going to be able to finish anything up. Peak takes it away. Does he have a play right here? Kind of gets bumped off the wall, it looks like. And Cade will collect himself. Oh. Frez is just kind of going in for that challenge. Incoming. Doesn't quite get that. Gambetta puts that. If it reads off the backboard, it could be a shot opportunity. and a passing play, but it's not quite in just yet, and Frez can't commit on that. That was a missed opportunity right there for Pretty Peaks. Could have gotten a goal right there, but the Honored One stays alive. They don't let up that goal. Let's see if Cade can now get a goal of his own.
The Honored One still nothing quite given here. They've been running scoreless for the duration of game number 3, and now here for game number 4 as well. Not really the time you want to be running cold as a team, especially when there's clearly quite a bit on the line. Keep in mind, the prize pool jump is quite literally 200% every time you move up a level. Right now, each of these 4 teams are guaranteed a sweet 30, but that can quickly multiply to 60 and then 120 depending on how far you move on in Championship Friday. And of course, each of the 6 players on this team hoping to secure the top bag, the Honored Ones. Gotta work to make that happen though, as Cade over in his own corner looking for his time to shine. He's gonna find it and cannot quite get a free look at the wall. He's been looking for that over the course of game number 4, but Pretty Peaks has been quick to challenge. Making sure the Honored Ones don't have a clean possession to the name has been crucial in giving them the victory.
It was really interesting to see the Honored Ones lose some of that momentum when they had 4 unanswered goals against Pretty Peaks going back from game 1 into game 2. And now nobody has scored as we're halfway through game number 4. It's interesting, you know, it looks like they've kind of clicked. They realize what they're up against, and neither team is really letting too many mistakes happen. Could be a shot opportunity right here, though, for Axel, though. Peak is going to clear that to the side. We'll see if he follows it up or if Cade gets a touch before him. If he gets it, doesn't quite get it. Triple committed in the corner could be dangerous if Pretty Peaks is able to punish, but Axel is going to be up on that. Good thing Gambetta was back, clears that to the side, and Cade now is going to take possession. We'll see. A lot of possession, not a lot of scoring. We'll see. Team's being pretty balanced right now. Double unicycle. Oh, a bump right there from Frez gets Cade out of the play, but Axel's going to put that right into Gambetta.
Minute and change, Pretty Peaks still looking. Gotta have at least 1 goal here in order to force game number 5. And you cannot afford to let the Honored One score first. Okay, that's on target. Peak puts in a miracle job on the goal and to keep that one out. And although he was running a little low for the time being, he's found himself some boost to work with. Gambetta in a good position here to make the stop. So is Frez, but both of them have come up entirely and completely empty. The Honored Ones strike first for game number 4.
Wow, what a goal. That is absolutely huge. You know, we saw neither team scoring in basically the first 4 minutes of this game, and now they're able to put one away. It is up to Pretty Peaks to score 1 in 1 minute and 14 seconds. We'll see if they can do so, or else they are on thin ice. You know, they'll be going down 3-1 in the series if they're not able to pull away with another goal to at least send this to overtime in this one. But that is a beautiful opportunity that doesn't quite connect, so that's kind of cleared away. And if Axel can put that on that could be dangerous, but it's cleared away. But not a lot of time remaining. And that was a really big play coming out from the Honored Ones right there.
Couple of seconds remain. Gotta imagine Pretty Peaks not too stoked about seeing this go to match point this early. And as such, only a couple seconds left for Pretty Peaks. They find themselves in this situation both in games 1 and 2, where they were trailing by 1 down to the last second, and they could not find it in them to put it away. This time around here in game number 4, it's got to be different as Peak takes to the skies. Flip reset, can't get around 1. Frez is there. Not for the instant shot this time around, but does keep it inside the box. Peak dives deep, and there's only a couple of seconds left, Rocco, for Pretty Peaks to show up.
And it looks like they've been able to clear it to the other side. The Honored Ones have, and it's dangerously bouncing around that net. They could even get a goal to kind of put this away. But there's that 50 right there, and they had a moment right there. Let's see if it hits the ground. Uday sends it down, and it's 3-1 in favor of the Honored Ones. And they are on the brink of securing their spot in the TRL 2024 Winter League Championship. Let's see. Cade sends a little quick chat. 1 more game. We'll see if we have 1, if we have 2, or if we have up to 3 more games in us for this series. That all depends on Pretty Peaks and what they're feeling like. Are they feeling like a comeback, or are they ready to call it quits and just get about 30 bucks in their bank accounts? We'll see how it happens.
Where's the timeout, Rocco? They did not call a timeout at all? Are you kidding me? What is this?
I'll be honest, Racy, I think they forgot because
What?
it is a very strategic move to call a timeout right there just to collect yourself. I can't see a reason why you wouldn't use it, you know, because now you're only using it if you're up and you just win a game. And nobody really called a timeout after winning the game. And Cade doesn't want to call a timeout. He says, I want to take these 18 seconds and I want to score. How's that sound? Gets his team the lead that they need in game number 5. We'll see Gambetta not quite able to get back on that one. Cade punishes. And they've got the lead in game number 5.
Well, this is about as abysmal as a starting you could hope for if you're Pretty Peaks. Cannot afford to drop out this early. And I think that lack of a timeout usage is going to bite them in the back pretty severely. Peak open net. Has to be one and gets the job done. Pretty Peaks equalize yet again. Much like game number 1, we find ourselves in a very similar position. Yet, we know how that game number 1 ended. Rocco cannot see the same here.
Yep, you know, just because you score first might not mean you pull away with the win. But we'll see what it means for these two teams as Cade sends it just a little bit wide. Does get a demo, though. The tier 1 on tier 1 crime right there. Demo is not a victim of this crime. We'll see.
All dangerous once again. The Honor Ones looking to strike home, put some pain into the back of Pretty Peaks, but this time around, it's actually Pretty Peaks who walks away with this one. Gotta wonder how this one was left open as Uday, not entirely the touch he was looking for, and Pretty Peaks more than happy to walk the dog in the park for a second. The Honor Ones.
That is what I was saying, Wace. You were wondering what it was going to take to score. I think that little tier 3 mistake right there, if we see more of those from either teams, I think that's going to be how this game 5 is going to roll out. See, teams are starting to get a little bit tired, especially the fact that now this game 5, you only get to it's the best of 7, so it's a little bit longer than what they've been used to for most of the season. So you could see players start to get a little bit tired, maybe get a little bit sloppy, lose a little bit of that focus. That could have been what happened on that Uday touch right there that set up the goal. But he's going to try to get a little bit of a redemption here. He's going to try to push this one and see if he can pass it. And he does get that redemption. You know, he had 2 assists. The last 2 goals he's now been a part of by passing it to the person who scored. Gets it right there, sets it up, puts it on a tee for Axel, and the tier 3 and tier 2 are connecting to tie this game up. Minute and a half in, already 4 goals, and we'll see how these last 3 minutes and 21.9 seconds roll out in our game 5. Once again, Honored Ones with the 3-1 series lead in the best of 7. And do they have a game lead? No, they don't quite connect on that one. Peak's going to take that one right off the head of Gambetta and see if he can put this one onto net, but he won't figure out because he's dead now. Little play by Kells. Gets it by 1, gets it by the same one.
Couple of minutes remain. Pretty Peaks desperately looking to slow it down, find themselves a little bit of control, and Frez has found exactly that. No bump on the goal line this time around, but Pretty Peaks has been relying pretty heavily on Peak, the tier 1 of Pretty Peaks, to do most of the heavy lifting. In fact, he's got both of the goals here in game number 5. He's going to be looking for a hat-trick pretty soon if the Honor Ones cannot put a stop to it. Here's Frez, quarter tank. Can't get past 1, in fact. He's forced Pretty Peaks back onto their own goal, and Peak has used more or less his entire tank just to break out into the corner. And he's not going to be too happy about that, as yet again, the Honor Ones continue to bear down, forcing Pretty Peaks back. And it's not looking too bright for them. You cannot let the Honor Ones continue to poke holes in the defense like this. The defense is going to give sooner or later, Rocco.
Exactly, and especially when the teams are running low on boost, because obviously Pretty Peaks can't go and rotate to that mid boost and get it. The Honored Ones, though, they do have that opportunity if they're the ones applying the pressure.
Oh.
And eventually that boost advantage could connect and give you the advantage. Let's see, Cade floats it dangerously over the net. Peak's going to get to that one, but I think he's going to be beat. He doesn't quite get another touch. And that's just what you get when you keep putting that pressure. You don't let your team recharge, get any boost, or really get a minute of breathing room. You get those dangerous situations, but let's see if anyone... Oh, a little bump coming out right there. I think Frez possibly bumped into the opponent, as Cade's going to see if he can get another touch on this. Does he get it by? This could be real dangerous. Peak is going to try to carry. Gets it by 1. Does he have another fake in him? Ooh. Doesn't quite get it, but that was a good little attempt right there. A minute and a half remaining to see if the series is going to be over right now or if we have a game 6. Gambetta's going to try to send us to game 6. Let's see if that pass is worth anything. It goes right to Frez. Keeps the possession. Cade's going to see if he can get it. Peaks might be a little too up. If there's going to be a bump or a connection, that could be dangerous, but Peak is going to have it up to the wall. Frez cuts him off, sends it over to Gambetta. And let's see if teams can recharge, get a little bit of a boost. Sends that one low, challenges to the corner. Gambetta's going to roll out, get that boost. Frez is going to go for the challenge. Let's see what he has cooking up here. Not quite what he was looking for.
With just under a minute left, it is do or die for Pretty Peaks. One mistake, your tournament life is over. The Honor Ones, one goal away from sending the Souls to the grand finals, but it's Pretty Peaks who strike for a third. Peak hat-trick in game number 5. He's pulled the impossible back once more. Now he's got to do it 2 times over. The Honor Ones can't find the finish they were looking for. A couple of seconds remain for the Honored Ones to strike back at the very least. Send it to overtime. This kickoff is everything. But Peaks there first. He's got a good look at net. Flip reset. He's good for a 4th.
You know what? It may not be pretty, but he is peaking at the right time. He gets 2 goals in back-to-back succession, making a statement, trying to send his team to a game 6 right there. And I will say, it was the first one was scored, I believe, on Uday. That second goal was scored on double unicycle. It looks like Peaks was able to take advantage of the defense from Tier 2 and Tier 3 being back. He's scored. He's put his team up in a pretty good spot now, barring something unpredictable. They should be sending this to game 6, as that one almost gave us a 5-2 lead and a little bit more momentum. Pretty Peaks is going to see just how much they can get going. Obviously, if they win this one, it'll be 3-2. They're still down in the series, and Peak scores a 5th. He is not letting up. In this past minute, he scored 3 goals to give his team the lead, take a 2-goal lead, and now he makes a statement, gets a 3-goal lead, 9 seconds remaining. What a change of momentum for Peaks and Pretty Peaks right now.
I mean, he's just been on a tear here in game number 5. Call it a flush, if you will. 5 goals for one individual player is beyond remarkable. The Honor Ones stumped. Simply did not expect Peak to come out swinging as hard as he did, and now they find themselves not exactly on the back foot, but certainly at a loss of momentum. Pretty Peaks brimming with confidence. I mean, we're talking 8 shots from Peak himself, which is more than the entirety of the Honor Ones had to offer over the course of game number 5. By far, the most ridiculous performance we've seen in this semifinals match.
Yeah, absolutely nuts. He came out to play. He came out to play hard, especially in that last minute. 3 goals in a minute when your season is quite literally on the line. You know, like, that's absolutely insane. Stepping up when he needed to. Almost had another quick goal right there. Let's see if Peaks is going to be able to clear that. Could be a little dangerous, but did they get that bump on Cade? Doesn't look like it. I saw the attempt right there. Peak keeping it up. Cade's going to clear. That goes up over Frez, but Gambetta is right there to clear it. Let's see if he snags that boost. He does. Could have a passing play right here. You know what? They're playing a lot faster, it looks like. They're playing with some more confidence. We'll see. We'll see if we get a game 7 out of this.
Yeah, it's looking like that might just be the case here, Rocco. Pretty Peaks certainly happy with where they have found themselves. The Honor Ones still quite a good position for them as they find a first. Pretty Peaks not too happy about letting that one in, especially the slow floater all the way from the back half. Cade puts it in, and although 2 players on their way back, neither of them could make the stop. Not the start Pretty Peaks was looking for.
Yeah, you know, but of course, if that happens, you just got to flush it. Don't worry about it too much. You know, keep your momentum. You scored 5 goals last game. Don't let 1 goal being scored right now in this game let that get to you. Let's see if they get their own little kind of funky pinch as that one goes in. Peak steals it. TRL on the Mars no longer being counted, so we could have let Frez get that one. But you know what? In a game like this, you can't let anything be left up to chances. And he had to secure that one, make sure that it was in. And it is. And we've got a tie game with 4 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in our game 6 matchup.
Dead equal yet again. Pretty Peaks and the Honor Ones have found themselves in this position time and time again over the course of this series. And now that it's once again on the line, Pretty Peaks have to set up to the batting plate. It's Frez and Axel who take to the skies. Neither of them able to find a strong 50. In fact, it goes pretty neutral. Does allow Pretty Peaks to continue for the time being. And with a couple of boosts in the tanks of the Honor Ones, they have to break out of their own half before Pretty Peaks begin to clamp their opponents. Gambetta to the skies. Cade. More than happy to keep his backboard defended. He's realized that Peak is going to be looking for this backboard at every opportunity, and he knows he's got to keep his own house on lock if he doesn't want to let the burglars in. Oh no, there's Cade! And there's a second. The Honor Ones, out of nowhere, find gold.
See, it looks like there was a possible bump attempt that maybe got those players up in the air. I think Axel made a run around the goal line, and maybe that's why they weren't able to kind of get down and block that one. But whatever the case, it is 2-1 in favor of the Honored Ones. If they're able to pull off the win, that would send them to the semifinals. But Pretty Peaks now has 3 minutes to answer back and see if they want to send this to Game 7. Gambetta is going to see if he can get a little bit of possession, but Cade is going to try to have something to say about that. It's blocked, and is it in? It's an own goal!
Way.
Unfortunate for the Honored Ones, but absolutely, you're absolutely taking that if you're a Pretty Peaks fan right here, as that one is just another mistake by the Tier 3, and I hope, obviously I wish no malintent on anybody, but are they falling apart? We'll see, because that's another goal kind of just given away by the Tier 3 and Tier 2 from the Honored Ones.
You certainly cannot afford to let those mistakes slide when there's this much on the line for your season. And now the Honored Ones, they're going to be looking back and kicking themselves here if they can't find another goal to put them on top. Peak got past one with a suitable 50k. It's up quick. With the flip reset to the corner, he's not going to be able to do too much, but will be able to find Demolition on his way out of the rotation. Should put the Honor Ones in a decent spot to make this clear, and although they are a little awkward for the time being, Cade seems to have them covered. As the pace of play drastically slows down in the midfield, Rocco. You gotta imagine one mistake here for Pretty Peaks, it's lights out.
You know, trying to put ourselves in the heads of these players. You know, I've been the Uday who's given up an own goal, who's given up kind of, you know, just like a play where you're just completely outmatched in your skill set. You can't let it get to you. Okay, just wide on that one. Let's see if Uday is able to kind of bounce back. He's got to just flush it. Know that he has an SSL teammate and another really good teammate that can kind of pick up the slack. But if the mental goes through the roof, all of a sudden you can lose a player, and that could be pretty dangerous. So we'll see if Uday is able to walk in, kind of bounce back. As this ball is just kind of bouncing around the midfield, you're right, the pace of play is kind of slowed down. Players, I think they got maybe a little too excited, realized that might have been the source of some of those mistakes. Cade is going to go up on that, gets it by Frez. Does he have the double? Yes, he does. Gives his team the lead when it matters.
And man, talk about the speed in the midfield. Cade comes up huge. He's been doing magic tricks all season long. Why not here, Rocco? Why not add a third to the name of the Honor Ones? Pretty Peaks, minute and change yet again. They have found themselves trailing by one damn near every game in this series, and they have not made it work. Now they have got to find it out here, or else they will kiss goodbye to their tournament lives.
You know, if the Honored Ones are able to pull away with this one, that would be an upset compared to our voters back home. They only had 28% of the total votes. On the channel points, our pool looks like it came in at about almost 15,000. So it would be a little bit of a surprise, but we'll see as this ball is floating up. Gambetta's going to see if he can go up. Frez stays back on it, gets a touch, gets one more, kind of keeps his possession. Gambetta see if he can maybe get a bump on the goal line. Peak is going to be back. Does he have what it takes to score this one? Is him versus Cade. Does he get the touch by Cade? Looks like he might. Can he have a pass out to his teammates? Not quite where they were. Let's see if Cade can now clear this one or potentially score to end this game with a statement. But Peak now has an opportunity. Sent right back, 20 seconds remaining to determine if we get a Game 7 or if the Honored Ones are going to be headed to the finals.
Right now, it's looking all like the Honor Ones. Pretty Peaks games 1, 2, and 4. They were trailing by 1 with a couple seconds remaining. They could not make it work. Now it is do or die. Uday is there. Frez, awkward. In the shot. Falls to the ground. The Honor Ones come up with the win. The underdogs into this matchup finish it in 6. And they move on to the grand finals, Rocco.
Alrighty, let's hop in and see what they have to say.
Oh, let's fucking go.
Fucking go. Oh, joining me is the Honor Ones. That's going to be absolutely Cade. Grand finals, baby. How's it feel?
Dude, it feels fucking great.
This is so exciting. Feels
Yeah.
amazing.
Of course,
Can-
three of you. The last time I had an opportunity to speak with you guys, still, we're looking for your first trophy, and now that trophy is looking more real than ever. You have one more team to take on. Who do you think it's going to be between teammate or heads together?
Gonna be who we put our heads together. My rival is on that team right there. I have to face him.
Oh man, the
Both
anime
teams are pretty
protagonist
good,
story.
man.
I don't know if
Of
I'm ready
course,
for
of
that arc.
course,
Yes, sir.
of course. It's a really deep arc right now. You'll see.
Right on, rock all you.
Alrighty, well, first of all, congratulations. You guys have made it. There started off with 14 teams. Now there's only technically 3 remaining, soon to be 2 remaining. You guys made it to the grand finals of our 2024 TRL Winter League. Congratulations on that. What has been the defining reason for your success? What's been that key factor that makes you guys different than everybody else?
I just think we're all like, I feel like we're all really good friends, you know, now after this whole time. Like, we haven't done any scrims or anything, but like the minute we get into the voice chat, like, I don't know, it's always just like laughs and shit. Like, I think the chemistry is just there, you know, like when we lose, we're not like too beat up of ourselves. We're like, we just get back to the next game and hey, look, it worked out this far, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, having a good positive voice chat and having those good vibes up, it can be huge. And speaking of that, I actually want to talk to Daystar for a minute right there. I believe it was game 5. You let up an own goal, and it's a tough own goal. How did you bounce back from that to make sure that you stayed in it? You didn't let that get to you, and you were able to bounce back and obviously pull off the win to send you guys to the finals.
Oh, my teammates, they're always there to support me. I was so beat up. I was like beating myself over that. I was like, I own goal when Kate was right behind me. He could have said that, but they were like, oh, it's all good. We still got this. We'll cover up for it. It's all good. It's like, it's just such a positive vibe and it just makes you feel better. Like, yeah, we got this.
Perfect. Awesome. I mean, that's huge. And I mean, speaking of that help from your teammates and that leadership, I want to hear from Cade. Cade, you've seen these guys grow throughout the season, adapt to each other's play styles. What do you want to call out? What did you notice? The biggest things that they've been able to adjust to become more successful? Like what growth have they had throughout the season?
Well, I mean, for one, I'm not going to take any credit in their growths at all because they do ask questions, which is like super helpful for their own like success. So I'm just like, and of course, if I can answer that question, I'm like glad to help. But like, I don't know, it's just like 2 dudes on my team that like just really care about improving and like really care. Well, one, we all have fun, which is honestly like the one thing I was kind of nervous about having going into this league, or it's just like 2 random dudes. I don't really know them, but it's like pretty exciting. No, both players are like really excited to like play, really like open to learn, and it really just shows. I mean, we had like this slump in the middle of the season where we were like losing almost every single game, and it was like everyone kept their heads like their chin ups, and kept I don't know, working on getting better. Um, and they've become like 2 players that I like can understand like how they work now pretty well. And so I don't need to like play as much of like I guess as a carry play style as I like mentioned at the beginning of the season in other interviews. There's just like 2 teammates now that I can kind of play normally with, which is honestly like a really like nice relief to have. But yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys have been able to develop that relationship, build that trust between each other, and work more as a unit. They're not just relying on you to score everything. And we saw that. Plenty of passing plays,
Exactly.
plenty of linkage coming up between Axel and Uday. Well, great job. I don't want to keep you guys too much, but good luck in your matchup. I will say one more thing before I go and before I pass it off to Wasey. Is there any of the viewers you want to shout out or anything you want to say to the people watching? The floor is yours.
G-Llama.
Here's for my
This is all for
boys,
G-Llama.
for all my boys out there.
That's your
You
shout
know
out?
who he is.
G-Llama's from high school, man. He
We
brought
will
me
be
here.
putting on a show for you, for all of you guys. This will be interesting. The final would be interesting.
All
Yeah,
right,
it
I'll
should be
pass
a
it to
good
Wasey.
one. I got a number of questions. I have other questions actually, but I'm gonna save them for after you guys win grand finals. The honor ones.
Oh, fuck
Aw.
The honor ones. Looking forward to seeing you guys. Hope to see a trophy next to your name next time we talk to you. Good luck. Have fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
Alrighty. And with that, Rocker, we're going to go ahead and take a break. We have quite a bit of time. Our next match is scheduled for 7:45, as you can see on that graphic. So, got a little bit of time to burn, Rocker. think we'll meet back in a little bit though.
Alrighty. See you guys later.
See you. Clear.
To escape. People take your own. When you're walking on the moon, walking on the moon, chase your happy place. It will change your groove. When you're dancing on the moon, dancing on the moon. When we dance again, all our troubles seems to fade away. Some levels that I've never been. When we dance again, all our trouble seems to fade away. This is how I feel. When you take me to some places that I've never been. When we dance again, that I've never been. That I've never been. Never been. Walking on the moon. One moment to escape. People set you home. When you're walking on the moon. Walking on the moon. Chase your happy place. It will change your groove. When you're dancing on the moon, dancing on the moon. When we dance again, all our trouble seems to fade away. This is how I feel. When you take me to some levels that I've never been. When we dance again, all our trouble seems to fade away. This is how I feel. When you take me to some places that I've never been. When we dance that I've never been. That I've never been. That I've never been. I can picture what you're thinking of. My imagination's not enough. Oh, no, it's not safe to say what you're always looking for. Hey, someone to make you feel like. Don't wanna think of all the who's that you can pick and choose for. I wanna make you feel like. Talk about us like you want it. Stop talking like, ooh, we ain't lost it. You don't seem to know, ooh, you're on cruise control. Don't wanna think of all the who's that you can pick and choose. I wanna make you feel like. You talk about us like you want it. Talking like, ooh, we ain't lost it. You don't seem to know, ooh, you're on cruise control. shapes. You're mine for the taking. Take me where your monsters hide. They don't dance in the daylight. Look down, you've got me so high. I think it's safe to say I'm scared. I think it's safe to say I'm I think it's safe to say got me blinded by the what ifs, times I did miss. Broke the silence, perfect timing. Sun is shining, Sunday morning, a house on the lake, far from LA. I'm not the type to obey. I'm not the one you can tame. Yeah, let's get lost in my ways. Ooh, take me where your monsters hide. They don't dance, they don't dance in the daylight. Look down, you've got me so high. I think it's safe to say I'm scared. I think it's safe to say I'm I think it's safe to say I'm
Alrighty, hello, welcome back. We have got our second match of the night coming up. We can put our heads together versus Team 8 in our last semifinal matchup. The winner of this will advance to play the Honored Ones in our matchup for our 2024 Winter League TRL Championship. I'm joined by Connor. Connor, what's your early takeaway and prediction for this series we've got coming up?
Well, thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here. I think Zapatos is too good, but I think Term's team is also too good. I'm pretty conflicted. I think it is entirely dependent on the play level of Renshiro and Mr. Mers. I know Renshiro had his wisdom teeth taken out today, so he's a trooper for being here. But I think for my prediction, I'll give it a 4-2 to we can put our heads together.
All right. I like it. 4-2. You're thinking it goes to 6. I believe our last series also ended 4-2, went to 6 games. And you're thinking we can put our heads together is going to put together the win. Well, I've got my prediction, and I did hear from my very good friend Waze. He actually told me this fun fact. If you look at the TRL MMR of Super, the tier 2 on Team 8, it adds up to the number 8. It is 1007, 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 7 equals 8. For that reason only, I'm going Team 8 is going to pull off the win in this one. I think 4-2 does sound pretty likely, but I'm actually going to say this one goes all the way to 7 games, and that is my prediction. These are two incredible powerhouses going up against each other. I'm excited to see exactly what happens, and without further ado, it looks like we're going to get right into it. As the countdown begins, we have game 1 of our best of 7 series, the semifinal matchup. It's underway.
Sort of monotonous kickoff there, but what we're looking to see right there is Term slots one in, breaking it open early. Goddamn.
Yeah, I didn't think anything of that kickoff, but apparently Term had other plans. Gets it right by Zap.
Yeah, clean
and gets
beat.
it right into the back of the net. We see that little pulse goal explosion, that new, not Avengers crossover, Mandalorian crossover. I was like, what is that?
Yeah, what I was getting ready to say is we're going to expect a lot of Term. Term gets the privilege of playing forward as a tier 1, so he likes to go set up some plays. Usually drops the ball down below the opposing team's net, and it's on Arby and Super to clean those up. We'll see if he's able to get his solo plays on, or if Zapatos is going to come out and shut him down. Speaking of Zapatos, have you had the pleasure of playing against him yet?
I did have the pleasure of playing against Zap. I believe I also had the pleasure of losing to Zap. As
Me
Zap
too,
shows
but we've all
just
been lost.
why. Yes, he's able to get that. It really didn't look like he had too much with this, but he's able to read that bounce and just get it perfectly into the back of the net as he ties it up. We have 40 seconds into the game. We've already got a goal apiece, and I'm kind of hoping we're in for a high-scoring matchup. I always love to see it, love to see the fight, the battle between the two teams, as Term is going to try to go for another shot on net. He's just being relentless. Super already challenging Zap. That's going to be a key to the game if they can tear apart Zap. Obviously, he is the highest-rated player in the league. He's a SSL, Supersonic legend, so he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. But if you can take him out of the game, if you can early challenge him, makes it that much easier to try to break through. We can put our heads together as defense and get something of your own. Turn has a little touch right there, trying to pass it to his teammates. No one's quite there to connect. Let's see, Zap gets it now, gets it by Arby. And does he have a play? 25 boosts in the tank. Looks like Mers is going to take it over. And a little bit of calm. He had 2 goals scored fairly quickly, now almost a minute of silence. Let's see.
It's looking like the teams are starting to settle in here, get the plays together that they want to. Nothing too crazy going on so far, but they're just holding it together.
Looks like
Nice
Zap
and
was able
slow.
to kind
Zap gets a solo.
of baited him in right there. Let's see. Oh, he gets by 1. Mers, is he going to be able to turn on that? Term has an early challenge right there. Now Super's going to try to go out, and there's a team bump, but it's okay, unless it's not. Let's see if Zap punishes them for that.
Oh,
Yes,
he sure
does. What an angle.
Yeah. If you give Zap an opportunity, he's gonna take it. The only times I've ever seen him falter when you're able to make him uncomfortable, if he's getting bumped, he has the best movement, the best recovery of any player I've ever seen. But you can still be in his space, where he wants to drive, just step on his toes a little bit, and that's the only way that I've seen that you've even remotely been able to shut him down.
Yeah, it's not
Arby
easy.
gets a good save.
But it can happen, as that one floats dangerously. If it was on, it would have been in, but it's not quite. Let's see if Arby now has a passing play. Sends it over. Zap's going to see if he can kind of get that. Term beats him, though. Sends out another kind of passing play. They've been passing it back and forth in front of that goal line, but just quite hasn't connected. Let's see if Term gets that boost, collects himself, and goes for a play. Early challenge right there. We're seeing a lot of early challenges, a little bump right there, and let's see as Zap now goes up on this one, and you kind of have to double commit. And you know what? You hate to acknowledge that that's your strategy, but when you're going up against a team like Zap's, you're going to have to double commit just to try to get a save on there. And they do get a save right there. Zap actually already, 3 minutes into the game, he's already got 3 saves, it looks like. Pulled off the hat trick or the savior treatment on defense. And the turn to super pass was intercepted right there, sorry.
All good. Yeah, Zap's terrifying to play against. I had the opportunity to play against him yesterday in a scrim. And I'm not going to say too much, but if you ever don't challenge him, it's coming on net, and it's going to be a hard shot to save. He has expert placement, expert power. As he almost ground pinches, does he get there? Almost saved by Arby. Way to be there. Good contest as the tier 3, holding it down on defense. We always love to see it.
You know, it's funny, you know, almost calling Arby a tier 3. Yes, he is, but that man does not act like it. He says rank is just a number, and he is absolutely playing out his mind. In fact, that's one of our keys for success for teammate is, their Achilles heel is if Arby does not have if he has an off day, you know, because that's a man that they really rely on. He shows up to play, he makes the saves, he makes the shots, he is playing out of his mind. I believe he hit GC1 earlier this season, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you have a tier 3 that's GC1, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, what else can you say? He went up 2 seasons, or 2 ranks in the middle of a TRL season. That's an impressive amount to improve.
It's a testament to just how much they're playing this game, and Zap plays this game a phenomenal amount, though, as he was trying to see if he can get something in the corner. Arby now has a challenge, kind of neutral against Mers. Let's see if Zap now has an opportunity. Doesn't quite get another, doesn't get a bump either. Term now, not the best touch in the world. Let's see if Renshiro can punish. Arby's going to get the clear. But just like that, they're already challenging, gets it under Mers, but Zap is back. And it's hard to score when Zap is back. They've got 30 seconds, though, if they want to send this game to overtime or, you know, potentially pull off a win. Let's see, Renshiro gets a shot.
Oh, that's scary. Cleared away by Super. Teammate barely able to escape that pressure as Zap gets an aerial play into a 50. But I've been impressed by the Renshiro and Talha on the defensive side this series. Zap has covered everything that he needs to, but they're giving him a little bit of breathing room so he can take a couple more aggressive challenges as it does not go into overtime. We can put our heads together, take game 1 of the series.
That was a close one.
Overall solid performance from them.
You know, I saw that ball kind of floating dangerously around. That almost could have been popped up into the air one more time, potentially scored. As I'm going to go ahead and ready up. Looks like everyone else wants to get into that game too pretty quickly. But they're able to let that ball hit the ground. We saw Renshiro stay back and get that save as that ball was kind of floating towards net in the last 5 seconds there. And we can put our heads together. Takes the lead so far. They have game 1, as we mentioned, is the best of 7. So they need 3 more if they're going to punch their ticket into the grand finals and meet the honored ones. And let's see if teammate is going to be able to pull this series back up to even, turn this best of 7 into a best of 5, or if they're going to slide a little bit more and go into 2-0 deficit. We'll see. It all comes down to this kickoff. Who gets the possession? Who gets the momentum? How does this pan out? Let's see.
Game 1, overall, a very busy first minute with both teams scoring a goal. But they started to settle down, find their stride for the last 4 minutes. And it was a relatively good game of Rocket League. Let's see what happens going into the beginning of the second game. Is Arby able to get a touch, but not much made of it.
Well,
Speaking of the keys to success, what do you think Team 8 has to do to neutralize Zap here if they want to change the score going into game number 2?
Yeah, so the key to success is they have a lot of great chemistry, right? Like that's been going in the favor of teammate this entire season. They're able to link up on passing plays. They're able to rotate pretty well. They know who's where, and that's obviously a great advantage, right? The Achilles heel, what I would say for we can put our heads together, is bumping Zap, right? If Zap's out of the play and he can't get involved, it's hard for him to do things, right? Like he has his tier 3s. No, they're going to be as good as they can. I got a lot of love for the tier 3s, obviously, as we all know. But you see, that guy's a difference maker. Yeah, so if teammate wants to have a chance in this, they're going to have to find some way to neutralize Zap, possibly by bumping him. As we saw, that bump on Arby rendered him defenseless in that defensive opportunity. But we'll see. Heads together, gets the goal, up 1-0, 4 minutes remaining in game number 2. But we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to pull out the bumps,
Woo,
as that
what a
is
save.
incredibly saved by Zap. Let's see if RB has another chance to try to punish here. But we'll see if it's demos, if it's bumps, if it's just trying to find some way to mess up Zap. You got to take him out of the game if you want to be successful against him.
Yeah, that first goal there by We Can Put Our Heads Together. A solid play. They had Zap go up, and then one of the... I don't know if it was Renshiro or Mr. Mers went up and get a demo as Team 8 equalizes. Started just to roll its way in front of the goal on a clean beat by Term there, and they're able to just tap it in. A little bit messier than it needed to, but we take those. No complaints.
Hey, you know what? Yeah, a goal is a goal at the end of the day. That's
Yes,
all
sir.
that matters. So we'll see. I'm sure that Team 8 is not complaining about that one going in. They might be complaining about Zap being up with the ball with full boost. And
Oh.
what's he going to do to style on him now?
Well-
he just lets it float in. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
hard to beat that. You saw Term kind of wasn't quite able to get to that one, and that was just a free goal. And an open net, Zap doesn't quite miss on those. So we'll see. Easily gets that lead back in the favor of We Can Put Our Heads Together. Let's see if they can bounce back. If teammate can win the kickoff. Goes for a cheat right there. Harvey does get it. Central Zap. Let's see if Term can put it on net.
a little bit uncomfortable there, but teammate able to clear it out. You see, it's kind of interesting that Zapatos is named after shoes for how good he is in the air. He does not stay grounded very much. As he gets another goal, 3-1. This is starting to unravel pretty quickly. As We Can Put Our Heads Together, take a 2-goal lead.
Just want to take a minute to appreciate that grounded joke. You know, maybe, you know what, to keep it on, maybe Zap spent a lot of time grounded. And staying inside his room all day playing Rocket League is how he was able to get as good as he is, as that cheat goes in the favor of Team 8. RB going to try to take that up the wall. And see if he has a play right there, but that's going to be cut off by Mr. Mers. Nice aggressive challenge there. Super's going to go up, and once again you have Zap. A Term meets him in the middle. Let's see if RB can get a potential goal on net. And wow, that slots in. I guess they just maybe caught him sleeping. Is there a disconnect? It looked like a player wasn't moving. Maybe it's just a tier 3 moment. Maybe it's just, yeah, it looks like he just got stuck in the wall.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
I wasn't sure. You know, you want to make sure they're not disconnecting, but it happens to all of us. We just kind of
Been there, done that on both sides of the ball. Just something that happens when you're playing with Champ and Diamond lobbies, and you got to be ready for it. And RB was right there.
Yeah, it's
As
a good opportunity. They bring you within one.
Ooh, Zap almost gets a dime right there, but nobody able to score. Little bit of a scary 50 there, but Renshiro's got it covered. As Term playing in front of Zap. Holy cow. Low
What a
fake,
play.
but saved by the rest of the team. Solid defense there from teammate.
Yeah, good team play right there. They were able to, you know, Term was able to force the challenge, and Super, I believe, was the one who actually was back and got that save. But also, I mean, you know, great play right there. Good knowledge to go for the lower fake. It made it really tough to try to save that one. Let's see if Super can get something. It should be bouncing right in front of the net. RB is up, but he is not connecting with that ball. The Wi-Fi cut out. There was no connection. Term goes up, though. Sees if he can keep a little bit of pressure.
You could say they're cutting the cord. They're getting rid of cable. As a little bit of an awkward play here in the corner for We Can Put Our Heads Together. Super puts it on target, but there's just a cloud of players from We Can Put Our Heads Together in front of the ball. As Zap bumps it out. This game's gotten real scrappy real quick.
Yeah, I love that description of a cloud, because there quite literally was, I think, everyone on the team, or everyone on the field except for Terminator was inside the net in some way or the other. And I saw the two players from Team 8, honestly, they just had to stop moving because they were going to bump into that ball if they moved forward or backwards. But
Yeah.
Zap was right in between them, able to clear that one out, avoids the goal.
Had the composure to create space, pass the ball out. There's another awkward touch here. And a chain of awkward touches in front of We Can Put Our Head Together's net. As Zap gets a solo play, he's got no boost. Musty, double,
Does always
shot.
clear it.
Oh, RB saved it as it rolls in front of the net. Holy cow. I don't
That
know if that
is-
was good defense or just unlucky. Oh, his super dunks Zapatos.
I don't know
another-
what that was, but it worked.
Yep, this is Rocket League. But another thing to note is this app plays on a plank hitbox. So the car is the Sentio. I didn't know that the first time I saw it, but it's a plank hitbox. I think it's the same as the Breakout, if I'm not mistaken. And that car is hard to 50 with. As he misses a freebie, he should be taking those. I'm sure he'll be kicking himself after the game for that one. But you have to have the
Especially if that
mental
ends up giving the momentum.
Yep. Gotta have the momentum on your side as well as the mental to reset. You can't change anything. It already happened. Let's see if he can lock in and bring it back.
Beautiful passing play. Oh, we had the same line right
Yes.
there. Is there a demo? RB does demo Zap, which could be a big key. They've got another demo right there. Let's see if they're able to capitalize. You can't overextend. With 5 seconds left, you might as well send it to overtime. You don't want to make any mistakes or let it drop down right in front of your net, which it will. And we have game 2 overtime real close.
That was an impressive dunk there from Talha. Nearly just took that lead away with a 0-second goal. Zap will have a freebie here. As he gets bumped by Term. Good way to shut him down there. Don't give him the aerial.
I like it. That's another bump right there. First from Term, second from Super.
That's
Dangerous spot
on.
for Renshiro.
Nice
Does
shade.
pull off
Nice
the save. Let's see if Super can go up on this one. See if he can get potentially a fake. Goes for the 50 against Zap, but Zap wins that 50. It clears out to the corner. Now it's up to Term. RB is a little close. He's not keeping his 6 feet, but we'll see.
He's mask off. He's all in their business as we can put our head together, get a little bit bailed there on a missed touch on defense, but bar down, not into net, and they've bought themselves some time. A lot of pressure here on both sides, a lot of awkward balls bumping around in the middle. I think this is going to evolve into a defensive game where one team's going to figure out how to keep it together and stop that from happening.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, they've locked in enough to send it to overtime. Both teams are trying to figure out the other team. But we'll see who's able to get the advantage and come out with the win on this one. A potential opportunity, but it doesn't quite connect now. Zap gets bumped by his own teammate. Is he going to get punished? There's a bump on Super, and the Zap is able to get by in time. That could have been real dangerous. I believe that was a
It's
bump.
not over yet, though. Term with a solo play to Super. That is game number 2. Series tied 1-1.
And just
Beautiful
like
play
that,
there.
just, Zap had to go up for that challenge from Term, but Term saw that, recognized it, sent it to the backboard, and Super sent it to the back of the net. A beautiful connection. That chemistry is coming out to play. We see Super on top of the leaderboard, and we have a best of 5 now. 1-1 to each team. It's a different game now.
And not to like forget that whole series of pressure, that chain of events was started by a team bump on the side of we can put our heads together. Zap had an opportunity there, so we'll hope to see some more communication going forward from their team. I know they all have a really good relationship. They've been coaching. Zap's been coaching Renshiro and Talha to help him improve. And I know they've put a lot of effort into this season, like scrimming, figuring out how to work together. So we'll see if that can pay off going forward in the rest of the series.
Yeah, I mean, we heard from the stream earlier, which I had the pleasure of casting alongside my good boy Wasty, the Honored Ones, who actually are the opponents in finals. Oh, it looks like, is there a potential...
Someone needs to go to spectate, I think.
I'm in spectate, for what it's worth.
Yeah, me too. I'm confused. I don't know why this is happening.
Mr. Mers is not in.
Ah, I see. Is he not in the
I'll type
lobby?
Is he in?
Oh, if Mers is not in here, we're gonna have to remake. Yeah, we're disregard this one. We're gonna have to remake.
Alrighty. I'll say remake.
A little bit.
Alrighty. Left that match. Unfortunate. But, oh, wait. Does Wasey have to invite all of us? Or is just Wasey in their party?
I don't know. He could have made a lobby and given him the code.
Gotcha. Well, we'll see. Regardless, we got a little time to chit chat. Might as well. read out a couple of the fun facts. Looks like they might have called a tactical timeout. Not quite sure if the refs are watching, if they want to give a little official ruling. Might just be like, hey, start for restart. I don't really know, but it was pretty clearly defined before that.
Yeah.
But
People
regardless,
knew
talk about a couple of the fun facts we got. I was actually able to get some information from We Can Put Our Heads Together and Team 8. Just chit chat, right? So for We Can Put Our Heads Together, the origin of their team name was Zap was saying, yo, let's come up with a team name. And apparently Tala had the idea of like, hey, we can put our heads together to come up with a team name.
Oh.
And they
that's
settled on that.
funny.
They said, hey, you know what? That's a good name. Let's keep it. They got their logo. Zap made it in Google Slides, he said. They just put 3 heads stuck together because there's 3 players on the pitch. And it was as simple as that. On the team of Team 8, they said, well, we got Team 8 because we are great. And they used 8i, I believe it's an AI, to...
Ah.
Oh, yeah, they used...
Oh,
I
that's
realized what they
funny.
did
That's
there. They pranked me.
clever.
They used AI to make their actual team logo. And, I mean, it looks good. Both these teams, absolute powerhouses. 12-1 regular season record for Team 8. 3-1 in the group stage. Did they? No, they beat my team. For a second, I thought that I was the one that beat them. I was like, no.
Pitching tent net.
You
in
were.
fact, my team was the team.
Yes, yeah, okay.
And then we proceeded to get cooked by everybody else.
Yeah.
That was our one win.
Hey, but you know what? You won when it mattered. Looks
Yes,
like, to
sir.
clarify for the people back home, it looks like it's a DC potentially, waiting on final confirmation from the refs, but that would explain why we're not playing right now. Mr. Mers was not able to make it in there. He just wasn't. So I don't really know what happened exactly, but some sort of disconnect. And 10-3 record coming out from the regular season from We Can Put Our Heads Together. Their big thing is they went 4-0 in the group stage. Did not drop a single game. They had 4 sweeps. And that is a huge momentum thing. In fact, Zap defined that as the defining moment of the season. They said that they swept their first series in groups and everything started everything started to click. You know, they haven't really looked back. In fact, since losing to Team 8, the team that they're going up against right now in week 3, We Can Put Our Heads Together has not lost a single series. But talking about dominance, back to the point of Team 8, they won their regular season matchup against Heads Together in week 3. They won that in 4. They won 3-1, but they actually had 6 sweeps in a row. Total of 8 sweeps in the regular season. They are a team that gets on top and finishes the game pretty quickly. They just get it over with and they keep that momentum. So we'll see if losing a game in this best of 7 has something to throw them off their record, or if they're able to pull off another dominant performance. But we'll figure it out, as it looks like this is still pending a little bit of a ruling from our referees. It seems like just kind of Tala wasn't in the game. And you know what? While we figure this out, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to grab a snack, grab some water, use the restroom, listen to some Taylor Swift, whatever you want to do. We're going to take a tactical timeout of our own here on the casting deck. We'll see you guys back in a little bit.
Dancing in the shadows, waiting for new light, being with you. And this new sunrise is upon us. A new sunrise is all we need. New sunrise is upon us. A new sunrise is all we need.
Well, it looks like the teams are back in the lobby and starting to play. So it looks like we're back. I'm not quite sure what the ruling was. If we're getting
We're just
official...
moving forward here.
Yeah. If we'll get any official updates, we'll be sure to let you guys know. But as of now, it looks like they just said, hey, we can put our heads together. We'll be using their DC voucher. For some reason, Mr. Mers, I guess he's black. Oh, just got the update. Full restart, nothing used. I believe that means no server restart, no DC voucher, no nothing, no tactical timeout.
Just an
obviously-
issue on Rocket League side where Talha didn't get pulled into lobby, is what it looked like.
And speaking of fun little Rocket League issues, Connor, was it our game that had the servers die in the middle of the series?
Yeah, the servers just full out died for like 30 minutes,
Yeah, so we can.
and it was giving us all sorts of errors. But that's just something you have to deal with, the chaos. Like, it's there's pros and cons to it for both teams. Holy shit. He hits those.
Yeah, there's a pro and con to Rocket League servers, but there's a lot of pros, not too many cons from having Zap on your team. As he gets
Yes,
that double
sir.
tap right there. You know, there's an urban legend. You give a mouse a muffin, he does a couple things. You know, you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. You give Zap a backboard, he double taps for a week. He double taps that one quite easily, gets his team the lead. That only needs about a minute or so.
It's a beautiful proverb there.
Thank you.
The super gets a touch across, but Zap having to play for the boost here. To ceiling. He's got some play. Not much scoopage as Term is able to clear that out. But a clean beat. Renshiro is beat as well. Term with a solo play for that first goal, equalizing the series.
It's a good angle. Really got a lot of power on that one, despite I honestly didn't think he could get that much power. But there's a reason why Term is all the way up there in the high GCs, and the rest of us are not. So he was able to get that power on there. Kickoff goes in the favor of Team 8. Let's see if they're able to do anything with it. Term doesn't quite get another touch right there. Arby's going to see if he can pass that to anyone. No one's quite there. Didn't touch it with his butt, not quite. Zap is going to see if he can get a play, but Term should be able to scoop that. Passes it over to Arby. Do they have a passing play? Are we watching the beginning of something? No, we're not quite, but maybe we'll see something with Zap as he's going to go off on this ball, beat somebody else, send that to the backboard, send it down. Mr. Mers.
Oh,
gets
this is
off
dicey.
by Term.
Term on Renshiro one-on-one, but Renshiro super solid, especially in the second half of the season. Has really been a solid backbone, someone that Zap can lean on a little bit, because he can't do everything playing last man back, so he has to put some faith in his teammates to go for some goal scoring opportunities as well as preventing shots and saving them. And Renshiro's really risen to the occasion this season.
He's risen? He's risen?
Yeah, he's. Some would say he's the Rizzler. As Zap gets a air dribble play, gets bumped, and continues to play the ball afterwards. There's not much you can do to slow that man down. And there he goes. Give him an open net, and he will feed himself for a week.
You know, Renshiro might have risen to the occasion, but A Zapatos is flushing that ball down the skibby toilet into the back of the net. Scores the second goal of the game. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was that goal was skivvity, that's for sure. As Zap gets a cool redirect there. Shot again, off on backboard. Renshiro up. Barely cleared away by Super, but Zap slots it in. That net doesn't even have to be open. He will take anything he can get. Pretty
That was through
crazy
traffic.
shot. Through
He
traffic.
was on the 91. He went to the 15. He drove up the 405. He was through traffic. Didn't matter. He got to his destination. He arrived on time. Sent that to the back of the net. 3 goals in pretty quick succession as we have another bit of a high-scoring game, or at least a high-scoring period. 3-1. Do we have an answer from Term? Zap says no. Let's see, though, if Super's able to finish the play. Not quite, but it's on the opponent's half. What are they going to be able to do with this? Zap doesn't have any boost, but he does have possession. And that can be dangerous, even if he doesn't have any boost. A little bump right there from Term. Slows him from getting back in time. Super puts a weak shot on that, but it goes by 1, and it goes in. What happened?
That's kind of tragic there on the defensive side from team. We can put our heads together. As Mr. Mers whiffs and Zap is able to react inhumanly quickly to save that. But it's still just bouncing around in front of the net. And we saw that a lot last game, but this game, Team 8 were able to lock in and score that goal.
And just like that, I mean, we put our heads together, got a pretty good lead. You know, they went up by 2 goals. And we've seen Team 8 bounce back with a goal of their own. They're knocked out of it. They still have a minute and a half to score one to potentially send it to overtime. Still plenty of time to score two. I mean, heck, we were seeing last series, Peak scored 3 goals in about 30 seconds. So really, any time on the clock is a good time on the clock, as that one does not quite go in. Zap is being patient. Stays back on that one, gets a save, his second of the game so far. Gets a potential pass. No one's quite there, though. Does he bump Term? I think he might have. I couldn't tell. But Super now with the pass of his own. Passes that maybe to RB, see if he can transfer possession, but it's cut off. They're scrambling here. Heads Together knows that if they keep the pressure on the opponent's side, there's not much that they can do on it. They're going to be able to kill the clock and potentially score another goal. But you can't get overextended. You can't, go too far away. Let's see if that happens to them. That should be bouncing straight down. Is anybody going to be there? Not quite.
Zap a little solo play here. Saved by Term.
Get that touch. Yeah, if he doesn't get that touch, that's real dangerous.
Yep, that one's rolling in. Zap will ground pinch it or something. Zap gets another solo play, one-on-one with RB. RB, smart man, just plays the ball. Don't worry about what their car's doing if he can get to the ball first. Term plays it low. Smart play, but Renshiro's in the way. As Tall has got a play off sidewall, but no boost. Down to Zap. Team, we can put our heads together. Really need one here. But it's not looking too good. Oh, maybe? Zap off backboard. Oh, and... No way. The 0-second equalizer from Super. Holy cow. The ice in his veins to get down there and 50 that in with Zap falling on his head. We go into overtime for game number 3.
That was absolutely incredible. That was just a nuts play. 0 seconds. I mean, you saw it get by Zap. The ball was under him, and he still almost was able to get back in time, but somehow Super was able to get that 50, score that goal with 0 seconds left. It's floating dangerously, but it's cleared away by Mr. Mers. Let's hope they didn't overextend. Term should have a good opportunity if he gets it by Zap. Let's see if he can get the double touch. Gets not quite the touch that he would have wanted, and Zap gets that boost right there, so he's got to rotate back, maybe grab the mid.
Zap will be on, he's got RB.
Shot on target, cleared to the corner, still dangerous. Turn through traffic, gets it by one more. Renshiro should beat him to that. And maybe a little bit of a slowdown, but no. Term is continuing to put shots on net. They're peppering that goal, seeing what they can do. Renshiro now with an opportunity. 50 by RB, should be picked up by Zap, and that's on, unless Super can go and save, and he does. Clears it to the corner, stays alive for just a little bit more. We're almost a minute into this overtime in game number 3.
A perfect touch from Super there in the defense. And if I remember correctly, we can put our heads together 1 in OT on game number 1. You think that's weighing on our competitors here? Worried about if they can do it again.
It could be. Nerves are everything, especially Wasey talked about the prize pool a little bit in our last series. The prize pool gap is huge if you're able to advance onto the finals out of these semifinals games. And that pressure, you got money on the line, you got your season on the line. You're going against some really high-level Rocket League players, and we'll see who crumbles first. A minute and a half in, and we're still scoreless on our overtime.
Zap will have a possession play here, but his boost stolen and he's demoed. This is an opportunity here from Team 8. RB's up, slots it in. What a beautiful play. Showing the caliber of players they have over there.
You just gotta take a minute to admire it.
Yeah, that's just beautiful. RB able to beat the last man back and slot that in, top left corner. As Team 8 take a 2-1 lead.
That was a change of momentum. We saw that clock said 0. We can put our heads together, had the lead. All of a sudden, Super gets the 50, gets it off the goalpost, but it bounces in. Then come overtime, RB is the hero who gets that overtime goal to secure the win. And now they're up in the series. Let me ready up before they bitch at me. Sorry about that, guys. Sends this to game number 4, and now Team 8 has a series lead. I believe that's their first lead of the series, because I think Heads Together won game 1.
Correct.
And then Team 8 has won the next 2. And we'll see who wins game 4. Do we go back and forth and send it all the way to game 7? Or is it done right here? Or is it done in only 2 more games? We'll see. We'll find out. Kickoff goes kind of neutral. Ends up going on the side of Heads Together. Term's going to clear that to the corner. Not too much boost, though. Hopefully he's going to be able to pick up that boost if it's not stolen. Then Shearer with the shot. It's off.
Teammate definitely has the momentum here in the series, but it can all turn around in a matter of minutes, as we saw in that earlier game where Zap was able to put in a few real quick. But it looks like Team 8 are starting to warm up a little bit, get more comfortable with the passing plays, and are overall just playing some solid Rocket League.
Yeah, and you know, speaking of the momentum for Team 8 especially, like we mentioned earlier during our kind of little rules break, just kind of going over that disconnect situation, they are a momentous team. They had 6 sweeps in a row in the regular season, 8 sweeps in the regular season. They're a team that they are okay going on a winning streak. I mean, 6 games in a row, that's 16 games, like, you know, like actual individual matches. So
That's ridiculous.
they've already won 2. They only need 2 more to punch their ticket to finals. Or I'm sorry, yeah, 2 more to punch their ticket to finals, and they are on the road to try to do that. As RB takes a minute and 11 seconds into game number 4, reads this somewhat pass, somewhat fake by term, whatever it is, it's in. We see that moist goal explosion and a 1-goal lead.
Yeah, RB getting wet in there as he takes a 1-0 lead in the game number 4. It's all of the momentum on the side of Team 8. They're looking good. Zap hasn't had an opportunity like this in a while, and there it is, shut down. They just kind of have his number. He needs to figure out some adaptation that can help him have a bit more of an advantage on those free plays where he's got 100 boost, pop the ball up. What in the world? As I'm saying, he immediately slots that in bottom left.
Yeah, I think he didn't like what you were saying about him.
Yeah, I take it back. I'm sorry. I'll try to talk a little quieter next time.
We even
walls.
you see that in the game chat. Super saying, "Huh?
Huh?
Super, we're with you. We're casting.
Me
we're
too.
not even on the pitch, and we're just as confused. I don't know how that happened. But regardless, does he have another? Looks like it's just a little bit wide.
Yeah, I know I
Still
mentioned
dangerous.
earlier that I had the privilege to scrim with Zap, and there were multiple times in that series where I said, I've never seen someone do that before, or I didn't know, what the fuck is he doing?
On cue.
On cue, as I say, caster, curse, or blessing, whatever you want to call it, Zap lines one up and takes a 2-goal lead. There we go. It's that hot minute. If he keeps slotting these in, he will be looking pretty good.
I mean, he's fighting. He's got his not quite his back against the wall yet, but he's down in the series and he knows it. You know, there's obviously the thought, hey, you go down in the series, you lose 2 games, especially, you know, kind of one of them after a little weird start where your teammate was kind of taken out of the game. It's easy to lose some focus. It's easy to get off track and kind of unlock in, you know, lock out, I guess.
Yeah.
But Zap seems to have done the opposite. Pressure builds diamonds, and he's trying to see what he can do. See if Arby's going to be able to take something. Term gets by another. They obviously know just how dangerous Zap and his team can be. So they want to shut it down. They want to take advantage, try to send us to match point, get a 3-1 series lead if they can. They don't want to play any more extra matches, but they might have to. We'll see if they get a scoring opportunity. RB might be able to cut that off, and it looks like Mr. Merz is going to get that. Term kind of passing it. Does he have one more? Bumps it out. But Renshiro's there. Renshiro's done a pretty good job locking it down. Let's see. Another pass opportunity. I like the offensive pressure they're keeping up, but not quite anything brewing of it just yet.
Yeah, Team 8 definitely looks best when they have Term on the ball first, playing as first man, and then he does whatever Term does and sets it up for the defense of RB and Super, or their RB and Super to score. But there are times where if Term gets beat, then it's going to be Zap 1-on-2 with RB and Super, and that's a tough situation to be in. And it puts a lot of pressure on them. And let's see if they can recollect themselves and start to lock it down like they had for almost all of game number 3, and for the first couple minutes of this game.
Ooh, a demo right there on Super. That's that ball was kind of dangerously left in front of the net, but they're not going to get punished for that just quite. And she was able to get a touch on that. Super's now going to send that to the backboard. Zap is going to see if he can catch it. Go up. He has enough boost. He's got 50 in him.
Oh,
But that is...
that's on. Oh my goodness,
That's
so close. Yeah, so Zap has one of the most impressive first touches of any player I've seen in TRL. If you see him on the backboard, you know if he wants to, he can catch and control, or he can pinch it. Like, clear it to your corner. There are so many different things to think about. And that really buys him a lot of space to go for those crazy solo play full fields as he slots one in off the side post, extending that lead to 2 with only 40 seconds left.
Yeah,
Nice shot.
I mean, that's a good play. I mean, I saw like about 30 seconds earlier, maybe Zap avoided a demo from a player behind him, which there's no way that RB was on his screen, but he's able to jump right out of the way. And his awareness of what's going on the field, that's a difference maker. Why he might be bringing this to game 4 and turning this best of 7 into a best of 3 if he's able to tie the series up. But RB's wants something to say about that, and he's got time. He can score 2 in 30 seconds. It's obviously not too easy, but they're going to see if they can get a little bit more momentum. Obviously, too late to pull out a sweep on this game, but still, they want to do something and try to avoid bringing this series to a tie. RB gets
We
the
can
demo
put our
right
heads
there.
together. Just bailed out of a rare situation where Terms 1-on-2, but Zap wasn't back, and Renshiro and Talha able to buy enough time and even like clear the ball to the side and take a lot of that weight off of Zap's shoulders. There is a good comeback game number 4 there from We Can Put Our Heads Together, as it is now tied 2-2.
Yeah, I mean,
Impressive
hey,
show.
series tied 2-2. We'll see if it goes to best of 7 or if they wrap this up. It at least has to go to 6 games, but our best of 7 is reduced to a best of 3. The next team to win 2 matches punches their ticket to finals and has a chance of getting a trophy by their name. Speaking of trophies by their names, Zap does not have one because it's actually his very first TRL season. So Zap is new to the Triton Rocket League environment. It's his first season, but he's really made a name for himself. 1,711 TRL MMR, 151 goals, 181 saves. Absolute dominant performance, an offensive powerhouse. Not too many assists. He actually was a little coy about that. He said he only had 24 assists. So he's making a lot of the plays, not quite passing them up for his teammates. But on the other hand, we have Terminator, the tier 1 that he's going up against. His TRL MMR was a lot lower, only 1,250, so 1,250. But that's because they have a very well-rounded play style. He has the highest assists in the league. He's obviously...
Did you say that was 1250? 1250?
Yes, 1,250.
His TRL MMR also adds up to 8.
No
We're gonna have
way!
to do a spot check on there for RV to see what he's got going on.
All right, well, I've actually got RB's. RB is 941, which is 14. It's not 8.
Bummer.
But
Was not meant to be.
14 is divisible by 2. And if you subtract...
That's 7.
Yep, and that's... I don't know. Well, we can get there somehow.
There we go. Zap doesn't need to do math. He can score upper 90 any time of the day, any month of the week, any day of the year. Beautiful. Getting that 1-0 lead. Looking similar to last game, as Zap just cleans up house. Good high 50 there, as the tier 1s are up jousting midfield. Darby's got a fast play here against Renshiro and Mr. Mers. But Talha able to clear that out, take it up sidewall. Beat by Super, but that's okay. Zap's there to collect. As RB and Term double, a little bit of an unfortunate double commit. Gives Zap an opportunity to cook up something.
Good
Term
50
shuts
though
it
by
down. Yeah. Really good play on the ball there with a low boost. As Renshiro for an air dribble, dusts RB, buys Zap an opportunity. Upper 90, top right. Beautiful shot there. Zap's showing us how bad he wants it.
He really wants it, you know. We can put our heads together. We're one of the few teams to actually beat Zap's team in the regular season, but it also kind of woke something up. You know, they have not lost since their week 3 loss against Term's team, Team 8. And it was brought to my attention that there's a potential curse maybe on the line. So Terminator won TRL in, I believe, our second TRL ever, right? It was fall of 2020. He pulled off the championship. He was a part of the Peppa's Pigs. Since then, he has never made it to finals. He only has one top 4 finish. It was a J-Base and Closty. He's going to get his second top 4 finish, obviously. However, this one pans out tonight. But he has not made it to finals since winning it all in our second TRL ever. Does he have what it takes to reverse the script and go to finals? He's actually the opposite of Dezo. Dezo, I think, has like 6 grand finals appearances. Finally got his first one, but we'll see as they're down 2-0 with 3 minutes remaining in game number 5 of our matchup. It looked like there was almost a rule blunder, maybe just Super was kind of boxing in Zap. Not a bad
Super and
choice.
Zap were kissing in the corner,
You
making
take
right
that trade
angles.
any time. You can take Zap out of the game.
Oh, yeah.
Even if for like 2 seconds.
Any day of the week, any month of the year,
Any month of the week.
any month of the week,
Yes, yes. As
and any
Luis caught up.
second. Do you by happen chance know how many?
How many
Is
months are
it,
in a week?
what's the how many? No, what's the song from? Is it Paint? How many minutes are in a year?
5,000 or 581,000, 5,081,600 minutes, something like that.
I thought it was 5. I don't. It doesn't matter. But if you add up all of Zap's TRL MMR for this season, it's probably pretty close. As there's a big
man.
clear there to Zap in the
Yes.
corner.
He's got a lot of TRL MMR, and we can see why, as he is actually the one responsible for both of the goals, and he has more score, because score means everything in Rocket League, right? Not
Yes, sir.
goals, it's score. He has more score than everyone else combined, I think.
Oh, super there. Almost dusted by Renshiro. Zap's going to have a double opportunity, but cleared by Arby. Still in the corner, though. Kind of awkward. But Mr. Murr is able to get in the way and shut down Term's play.
Or they could have taken
Huge
him off the wall,
interference,
doesn't quite
as Zap
fit.
has an opportunity, but not quite. As he demos Term.
As Terminator is terminated. But let's see if Arby's going to be able to beat Zap with this one. Not quite, but he intercepts him off the wall. What does he have going here? Does he have a flip? He goes for the reset. I don't know if he got it or not. Unfortunately, the cars doesn't change color like it does if you're doing pocket spawn training, but we'll see. He didn't end up using the flip, and that ball is kind of dangerously close. Mr. Murs
Murs with
doesn't
an
quite get a touch,
opportunity.
but he does at the same time.
I think he got a reset.
That's the tier 3 reset. It's like, hey, look, I did it. I did it. You send it in the clips channel, and you hope everyone's proud of you.
Yeah. You gotta say, Mini, look what I did.
Dezo, am I you yet?
Dezo. Yeah.
He's like,
Am I him?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, son. You did such a good job.
Ooh, Super misses
That's
the
super.
own goal opportunity. Don't know why he didn't slot that one in. It would have been great for the TRL and the Mars stat pad. But instead, he chooses to be the team player and get that defensive clear right there. But it's to no avail as Zap is going to go up and make them think he has boost.
Cookage.
And really, he didn't have any boost, but he does have the goal.
That's a ridiculously strong 50. Just, he doesn't even have to 50 it off Term. He just cooks Term low. Nice catch. Actually jumps down there so he hits the floor quicker and turns himself over. And then just a strong 50 through Super into the net. Zap makes it a 3-goal lead with 30 seconds to go. Teammate really need to get something together, get their one, get at least a slight amount of momentum going into the next game, because this one has been lights out for We Can Put Our Heads Together.
Yeah, you really don't want to get shut out, especially when you're going to match point and you have to win 2 in a row. But, you know, hey, both teams, if we can put our heads together, is going to be able to win this one, which it really seems like they will, up 3 with 9 seconds left. Both teams will have won 2 games in a row in this series. So, we'll see. Momentum could obviously shift. Don't know if it will as that ball hits the ground. The ball's dropped. The game 5 goes to puberty. We're headed to game 6. 3-2 series lead from We Can Put Our Heads Together.
Yeah, a convincing one there. We'll see what Team 8 has. Nobody really seemed to be, like, they weren't connecting the way that they were earlier. And I think that was on, like, a lot of Renshiro and Talha able to challenge in the midfield. They were able to get in the way and stop plays from even evolving. And also, I think a little bit of fatigue on RB and Super, and maybe even Term. They all just look a little bit slower, not as cohesive of a unit as they were in the previous games. We'll see
Yeah.
if they can bring that back this game.
Perhaps it's some fatigue, perhaps it's a little bit of pressure. We don't know. We're not in those comms. Not yet. You know, we could be by Casper Law. We are allowed to hop into the comms. I don't know if Lacey will decide to send us in there or hop in himself. Maybe if we start chatting a little too much, we start yapping, Lacey will just hop in there.
Yeah.
We don't even know. But regardless, for now, we're 15 seconds into game number 6. Now, Connor, your prediction, if I'm not mistaken, was heads together in 6. Is that correct?
I believe so.
My
Feeling
prediction
pretty good here.
was team 8 in 7. So both of us still have the
We're
opportunity
still
to
alive,
be correct.
yeah.
But we'll see. It's up to the players on the pitch to see how this one unfolds.
Followed by Zap, but teammate able to shut the play down with a demo, or not with a demo, but at least getting in his way, and maybe a little bit of a smoke screen. His teammate a little bit awkward here in their corner. Zap 50s almost in.
Oh, it was a little scary, I'll be honest, from the caster's perspective, as Term is going to be pretty fast on that super, might be able to connect and get a pass. Zap, though, has that. He's bumped away. And Term's going to have to go up and challenge that one early. He doesn't quite make it, though, and Renshiro, they get somewhat of a 50, just kind of passed.
He beat him enough. Bought time. Zap got to go reset for the play that he wanted. Oh, mistouch there by Term. That is not allowed to happen with Zap on the other side of the field. He is so fast. You blink, and he's on the ball. Just unfortunate there.
Yeah, it's
for
definitely
teammate.
a tragic mistouch. You know, obviously, it's tough. You got pressure on you. If your head's together, use that, capitalize on that, take that momentum. Your teammate, you got to flush it. You can't let it get to you. You have 3.5 minutes remaining. You still have plenty of time to bring it back and get a lead. Send this one to game 7. Let's see what RB can do here. See if he doesn't quite connect on that, doesn't quite get a touch, but Renshiro is off.
Renshiro with an
unless he
opportunity to
beats
double
them,
tap.
which he does not.
Mr. Mers almost
Off the
critical
crossbar.
opportunity.
RB versus Zap. Zap can't dive because nobody else was back. They all overcommitted, trying to get that second goal of the game. Didn't quite work out for them, but Zap is going to have a good possession. Does he get the flip reset? Doesn't quite. Goes a little wide, but is there a follow-up? Good 50 from Term. RB, see if you can buy some time. Hope that boost responds. Not quite. Renshiro bumps RB off the play. Super's going to see if he can continue it. And Mr. Mers, the incredible Mr. Mers. We saw some comments from the chat wanting us to chat about Mr. Mers. And guess what? He just got you an assist. So for the big Mr. Mers fans in the chat, you see your boy on the scoreboard, passing it up, passing to Term, and then Zap sends it right back down. You know, you could say that Team 8 must have rubbed their feet together in the carpet because they just got zapped.
Electric. Oh. Wait, that's even better. You're too good. Anyhow, some powerful plays there coming in. A Zap up on another aerial. Cleared away by RB. I've been noticing that I think Zap is calling Mr. Mers and Talhut a challenge on the way back. Like, don't worry about playing like a more traditional, conventional rotation. And instead just like, if you're going back towards the net and you see ball, hit ball. And I think a lot of these challenges from behind are disrupting the teammate places. It's not something that you're used to like looking for or listening for. Zap has a double tap opportunity. He doesn't miss those. We can put our heads together, take a convincing lead here in this series deciding game number 6.
Really going to need a lot of momentum for Team 8 if they're going to come back from down 3-0 after losing 2 games in a row till we can put our heads together. Do they lose a 3rd game and are eliminated? Does Term miss out on another finals? Or does he pull something? Does he put his head together with his teammates and figure out a way to bounce back in this one? You know, speaking of Team 8, a little bit more 8 magic for you. It's not quite perfect, but what's a bug that has 8 legs?
That would be a spider, I believe.
Spider, right? What do you think is the name of Zap's dog?
Tarantula.
It's Spider.
Ah.
It's interesting. Another 8 connection. I know that Zap isn't on Team 8, but he listed that as his fun fact when I did a little player profile. I would have said his fun fact is that he can hit the ball into the net from anywhere on the pitch. He could probably hit it from outside of the field. He could be out of bounds playing a different game and still be scoring rapidly. He's just that good. But just thought I would bring up that fun little fun fact.
Yeah. A rather fun fact about Zap, in addition to that, is he is at times a top 5. He has hit top 1 multiple times in 1v1, which is why so many of these aerial plays are able to get past so many people, especially of the like lower skill level than he's used to playing. Like if you can beat 1 high SSL, you can definitely beat 2, as RB gets an open net there and brings it back.
The dream
2 goals,
is still alive.
1 minute. Let's see if Team 8 can bring it back.
2 goals, 1 minute? That sounds like a challenge.
Yep, it sure does. That would be challenging.
I'm sure I've heard of 2 goals, 1 something. I think it was 1.
Yeah.
But I can't remember. Regardless, Super is going to see if he can put the team on his back, and he scores a quick goal. And boy, have we got ourselves a series right now. We have a 1-goal deficit, 51 seconds remaining. We saw exactly what happened in a similar situation. Super stepped up to the occasion. That was back. in game number 3, if I'm not mistaken. Won that in overtime, but the tides have since shifted. Do they have it in them to score one more? Term is going to go up. Does he have it? Looks like it's passed by Renshiro to Mr. Mers. A possession here. They want to go slow. They want to kill the clock, but you can't kill too much time. You still have to be able to make the right touches. Zap is going to see if he can go up with this one. Term is challenging him to the corner. I think he might beat him for one more, but Zap actually gets that one, sends it right down in 30 seconds. How is this one going to unfold? Who will be sending to the finals? Are we going to see a game 7?
Yeah, we can put our heads together, have the composure to lock this down for 20 more seconds. They don't have to score. They just gotta keep possession, keep bumping. There's a shot on. Arby has an opportunity. Oh, Term might regret not taking that. Zap touches to corner. I don't know who got the boost. As it drops down, we can put our heads together, headed to the TRL Winter League Finals in a convincing 4-2 victory over We Can Put Our Heads Together.
All right, with that, your prediction was correct, and let's hop into their voice chat.
I thought we would lose, but
Yeah, man,
we did
that
it.
was tough.
That was pretty tough.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
Alrighty,
up?
congratulations. We are joined by We Can Put Our Heads Together, also known as one of the teams advancing to the TRL championship game. How do you guys feel?
Amazing.
Right.
We feel really good because we scrimmed teammate like a few days ago, and we got like absolutely destroyed by them. And so we kind of like sat in a what's it called, in a VC. We were like looking at the replays, and within 3 days we fixed a lot of our problems, and it really paid off here. We won 4-2, I guess.
Yeah,
It was
4-2.
It was a really good showing from us, so I'm pretty proud of us and relieved that we made it to the finals.
Yeah, I mean, incredible performance. You guys really locked in, and there was a couple opportunities there. I mean, you guys won the first game, if I'm not mistaken, in overtime. Then you dropped 2, but then you didn't look back after that. How did you bounce back from that? We honestly thought it was going to be a huge momentum shift for Team 8 when they scored that 0-second goal to send it to overtime, and then they're able to pull off that win in game 3. How did you guys lock back in and win the next 3 after that one?
It was just remembering that we had a lead in all those games, so we had a chance in every single one. So just staying locked in, just ignoring the other games. Really, you just got to throw it out of your mind and just stay focused. That's really it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds like
And
some strong
yeah.
mental there.
We tried.
Yeah,
And then-
I
Mostly
mean,
that.
well said. Yeah, you guys worked as a unit. Speaking of Zap, absolutely dominant performance. Man was putting up about 1,000 points every game, it seemed like. What can you say about these teammates? Obviously, you know, it's a lot about you, but what value do your teammates provide to you that we don't maybe see from the caster's booth?
So like, yeah, I guess like people think I'm just doing everything by myself, but Talha and Ren, like, what's it called? Like they just like without them, I would not be winning, obviously, because like they're always challenging. If they're not, they're fake challenging to give the ball to like the teammate behind them. Like they steal their boost, they demo. Of course, they hit the ball, like obviously, but like sometimes they do like really good plays as well. Like it's not just me.
Yeah, they looked super
And, like-
solid this series, challenging, like
Yeah,
running a lot of interference and giving opportunities for you to like get back, take a breather, get boost, and chill on backboard and get ready to save and then attack with whatever opportunity you were given.
exactly. Like this series, I kind of just once I would make a play, I would just go all the way back and get boost, and then these guys would hold down the fort, I guess. So like everyone here plays a role.
Yeah, a bit different
honestly-
than how it usually is. Sorry, go ahead.
Like yeah, towards the beginning, I was just trying to 1v3 everything, honestly. I mean, that's just how it was because we weren't like coordinated yet. But yeah, now like our team is like playing really cohesive now, and it's like, yeah, like we're all just like clicking and like popping off, I guess.
Awesome.
So-
Yeah. I mean, you guys haven't lost a series since losing to Team 8 way back, I think, in week 3, and you guys swept your way through groups. So obviously something must be clicking. And on that note, Renshiro, I've seen you around in the TRL block. You've been in quite a few TRLs by now. What is it going to take for you to win your first TRL championship heading into this finals matchup that you've got going on in a couple minutes?
I mean, I've been in one other grand finals before, and we choked that, unfortunately. And so this time, just what we were saying, what Taco was saying earlier, just locking in, knowing that we can beat them, we're better, and we just have to lock in and finish what we start.
Perfect. Alrighty. Before I pass it over to Connor, I just want to say to Tala, you have a great fan of Jonah.
Oh,
in the chat.
Jonah.
Yeah, if you have
What's
anything to say,
up,
I'll give you the platform, then
Jonah?
I'll pass it back to Connor.
I don't got nothing to say to you, Jonah. Just know we're coming after your cousin in the next series. He's done. He's done for. He's done
Whoa.
for, Jonah.
Alrighty. Connor, any questions?
Yeah, just a quick question. Renshiro, I know you got your wisdom teeth out. Are you feeling okay? How's that going? That recovery?
Talking hurts.
Yeah.
Calming hurts. My face just kind of hurts. But luckily, the drugs didn't alter my brain too much for this.
Ren on drugs is better than me.
You joke, but last season, our team won. The team pitching tent and net. We were playing at Tech maybe not at Tech, in a video game, and we were hitting blinkers between games, and we locked in. That's the difference maker.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, as far as I'm aware, TRL does not have any rules against PEDs. So, Ren, keep up with your, I don't know what they're giving you, but whatever it is, keep it up, guys. Keep up that momentum. Congratulations on making it to grand finals. And anything else you guys want to say? Any other shout outs before we leave you be to kind of like rest and recover before that next matchup?
I just want to say it's crazy that me and Axel are both here because I got him in the league this season, and now we're gonna play him in the finals. It's about to be crazy. I don't know. That's it.
It's always fun to play your friends.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to see what you guys can do in the finals. We'll leave you guys alone, get you some time to rest and recover before we throw you back into that final game.
All right.
Yep.
Take care, guys. Good luck.
Yeah, take
Thank
care.
you,
Have a
thank
good
you.
one.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Well, with that, I believe we're going to head out and take a pause. I'm not quite sure when our next match will be starting, because we did have a couple delays here. I think it should be starting right at 9, though. But we'll see. I'll leave that one. That'll be Wasey and Minnie. This is the rest of my time on the booth. Thank you very much for having me, and to all the teams. Thank you for some entertaining matchups. That's 2 4-2 series. We'll see if we keep the 4-2 streak going on. Connor, thank you for joining me. Wasey, thank you for hosting. But for me, I'm going to pass it to Connor. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, thank you for your time. Thanks for casting. It was fun. If we have any players watching, I know I've tagged you guys about this twice already, but if you by chance haven't filled out the winter exit survey, we want to know more about why you play Rocket League or why you play TRL and how we can make it a better experience for all of you. So if you can take the time to fill out that short, like 3 to 5 minute survey, it's linked in the updates channel. You will have the opportunity to be entered in a raffle for a $20 gift card to a platform of your choice. And we appreciate your feedback. Thank you for having me here tonight. That'll be all for me in this winter 2024 season. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
All right, you know what time it is. Winter 2024. It's been 6 weeks. We find ourselves here. 2 teams remain. Heads Together and the Honor Ones. High SSLs clash together. Who you got, Minnie?
Zaps, right?
Wow, so much from a hype intro.
Zap's team is or Heads Together really. They are clearly the heavy favorites. I think everyone's kind of. You know what? I got latency variation. Oh, okay. They clearly got a
Yeah.
I think you dropped like 50,000 points. Like someone dropped 50k in the betting and the Twitch points. Like surely it's pretty obvious that that they're the heavy favorites, and I would agree that Heads Together are indeed the heavy favorites for this matchup. We see.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious, especially after their performance in the group stage where they didn't drop a single game. It was pretty clear that they were going to be the overdogs for the rest of the season. And of course, we just saw the last semifinals, which was more or less the grand finals. We saw the 2 top teams take each other on, and from that point onwards, it was going to be pretty clear who the overdogs are. That being said, the Honor Ones, their first matchup tonight against Pretty Peaks, it was a little bit of an upset. Can they pull it off again? Now, this is a much more monumental task, obviously. Going against Pretty Peaks is certainly within reason, but Heads Together, completely different beast as far as I'm aware, Minnie.
Oh yeah, I mean you have to deal with obviously Zap. I mean we saw how well he played, and versus Team 8, he was just making them look silly to say the least. And well, you got to find a way to adjust to that. And man, we're looking at for here to help adjust some of those concerns is Kells or Cade or
Yep.
That is the man that can probably find a way to stop Zap's shenanigans when it comes to like offensive plays.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on this particular player. I imagine he's put in a little bit of time trying to figure out how to go against him. And to be honest, these two have seen each other in the past as well. The last time that we saw Pretty Peaks take, oh sorry, not Pretty Peaks. The last time we saw the Honor Ones take on Heads Together was back in the group stage. And at that time, Heads Together had full swept the Honor Ones, took it out 3-0 in that best of 5. And the same can be said for their very first match all the way back in the regular season. It was 3-2 in favor of the Heads Together team back in week 3, I want to say. So the past 2 times these 2 teams have met, it's gone in the favor of Heads Together. This is going to be an interesting one, to say the very least.
Yeah, we can only hope that the Honor Ones get the adjustments that they needed to make this a close match. So far, like I said, everyone's thinking that Heads Together are the favorites, and we can all agree that they are, considering how Zap's been playing. And well, hopefully Honor Ones, they live up to their names and be the Honor Ones into beating Heads Together. Because clearly, no team has been able to do so since playoffs.
Yep. I think the last time we saw Heads Together drop a series was all the way back in week 3 of the regular season. It was up against Team 8 at the time. And Team 8 had taken Heads Together down. Since then, Heads Together have not dropped a single series, and of course, saw them earlier tonight. They're keeping that trend going, and as we get into the first game, a lot of pressure here for the Honor Ones to set the trend, set the pace. Axel in particular is going to be relied upon a lot because, of course, Cade, a lot of his effort here throughout the course of the series is going to go towards shutting down Zapatas. Someone is going to have to do the cleanup on the side of on the side of the Honor Ones. I'm looking at Cade. I'm not looking at Cade. I'm looking at Axel. What I meant to say.
Oh yeah, if you do look at the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 matchups, remember Heads Together do not have a tier 2 on their team. It's 2 tier 3s, and the Honor Ones, well, they technically do have a tier 2, which is Axel. You could argue that he could be a tier 3 as well, but it just depends on the day. Depends if he wants to be tier 2 or not, or a tier 3. It just depends on, like you said, Axel. See how he's feeling it. But again, the difference maker will be Kells, and he's already in the air, looking to start off the series a little strong. Trying to get the reset as Renchiros gets the save.
Yeah, this series is going to be incredibly fast-paced. When you've got 2 high-ranked SSLs on the pitch together, you know it's a recipe for pure speed, and this time around, Cade is already showing it off as he takes off to the skies. Somehow Heads Together able to keep that one out as Zapatos a lunging goal line save, but he's got to do it again. Cade, double tap by sharp angle, but Zap has the read this time around. He's done a good job for the past handful of shots, keeping control of his own backboard. Truly going to be the key here for Heads Together to stay alive on the defense.
We see He's having the individual play on Kells again. See, this is what I mean. Kells sees these plays. He knows how to block him. And that my shot might just make his way in. No, Zap knew it wasn't going in. And now it's on the dribble. Can't get this around. Axel's looking for the double touch. No contact on the ball. Cade getting the clear, going for another counter attack. It seems to appear that there's a counter attack play. The counter attack method here seems to be working out in the Honor ones. It doesn't matter if they can finish it by now.
Still a lot of pressure for this first goal. Who's gonna set the pace first? That's the real question. Heads together, hoping it's them, but with 14 boosts in Zap's tank, he's probably not gonna get too far with this play. The Honor ones, on the flip side, quickly denied, courtesy of Heads Together. Ren comes up empty. Luckily, Cade there to pick up the pieces on the side of the Honor ones. He's got Zap in a pretty difficult position, but Zap makes the most of the situation, although it is a little bit of a dicey touch to the corner. Heads Together stay alive, couple minutes. Eggshells.
Yeah, a lot of like, yeah, just like I've been saying, just a little more just transitional plays here. We see Kel trying to look for that like backboard play, but it's always Zap on top of the backboard. He knows that's like where the main weakness for most TRL teams. He's been abusing it. We saw him did it against Teammate earlier today, and well, now he realized that there is another player capable of scoring these double touches consistently. That is Kel's. So he's also been doing his best to cover both the net and the backboard, but he can't get the midfield though. Kel's looking for the reset. He doesn't get it. The ball passes right to the center ball. Daystar looking for the shot, but not Taha. Zapatos is there, and we're still pretty scoreless, but that bump may not make it scoreless anymore. Kel's getting the clear.
You know, for a team who were the clear overdogs in Heads Together, you'd think they would have come off with a goal by now, halftime in this game, and they got nothing to show for it, which gives us a little bit of hope for the Honor ones. That being said, they still gotta make the words worth saying, as K, he's been absolutely deleted on the near post, leaves it up to Uday to take control, and he does so particularly well. The Honor ones, throughout the course of their semifinals as well here in their grand finals, they don't really seem to be all that worried in mini. They're playing like relatively normal. You'd think there'd be a lot of nerves on the line for really either side of the pitch, but we're not seeing that from the Honor ones. They're very composed.
Well, more just all the teams just taking their time when they actually need to be taking time. When that's exactly what we're seeing. It's just perfect walkly. I think like a whiff here and there, as we just saw right there. But yeah, no teams are really panicking. You're right. No nerves showing, but no one's actually pushing themselves to do something more extra though. That's the thing I'm noticing. No one's like going full send on a single play. Everyone's kind of just playing safe. And well, that's why there's pretty scoreless, because no one wants to do anything, we see, and you know, that's okay. Game one, you're feeling your opponents and see what they're capable of, see what they can save, what they can't save, and you start building that over time in the series.
Still, onus is on these 6 players to come up with a play to crack open the defense. So far, Renchiro without any boost. Gonna try to sneak it past the corner. He's not gonna get past Uday this time around. Maybe Zap will. He's got blood in the water and he can't find the shark bite this time around. The Honor ones though, hoping they can. Cade comes up entirely empty. Should buy a little bit of space for Heads Together to find some offense, but now that the ball has sneaked back into position. What is this
Zap.
from Zap? No way he finds the dunk. And no way it's not in. Chaos on the goal line. Nothing results from it.
I really thought that was a chance for Zeb. It was such a good dunk. It literally was like right above him. He just needed to boost to it, and I wish he tried. But he wasn't able to get contact with the ball. But that's a solid 50 from Daystar, leaving that temporarily open for Kells. But Zeb is back from the spawn. 19 seconds remaining here. Can he get it? A last second goal here, we see. But I think Zab's got this under control. He's got the dribble. I actually gave that one away, and now it's Renshiro on the follow-up. Taha looking for the shot, but now that's temporarily open. Zab doubling up. Renshiro on the corner. He has no boost to work with. Can he still get it around the defenders? It's off to the backboard. Kells getting it clear, and the ball is still up. We see the ball is still up. Zap trying to do his best to kill this one, and we're going to game 1 overtime.
You know, we were talking a little bit before this match, Mini. We were a little worried that we wouldn't have much of a series to cast. I've eaten my words thoroughly. Clearly, Honor ones have something figured out here. They're playing incredibly composed here, even when taking on one of the strongest players in TRL. Zapato is dangerous on the goal line. Zap comes up with the stop, but still they're not out of the woods. The Honor ones, a golden opportunity has just gone to the wayside. You simply could not ask for a better spot to punch in off first, but the Honor ones have not found it just yet. And they are playing a little bit conservative. You can't really fault them from that, especially when there's so much on the line here in this grand finals, but you gotta go out and look for those opportunities. I mean, you can't let balls like that just fly across the goal line.
I mean, Kels did try his best. He just wasn't in the right spot when he jumped from his position, so he wasn't able to get the goal in. But Zab, doesn't matter where he's at, he can always get the ball in the right spot. But Kels getting it clear, intercepting the pass. Kels, 0 boost. Was hoping he could fake Zap with that one, but Zap still missed contact with it, and the ball's going across the blue net. No follow-up. Uday or Daystar wants to make a play, but he gets blocked by his friend Taha. Funny, 2 friends. They actually, fun fact, third is overtime. Taha and Uday. I mean, well, that's Uday. It's actually Axel. Oops. It's Taha and Uday. They were friends. They were friends before TRL. It's kind of cool seeing outsiders coming from TRL. Now they're out against each other in the grand finals. Who would have guessed? Not me, Wasey, and we're still in this OT.
It is dead even. I don't think any of us really expected this to be so incredibly even between these two teams, but a passing play tries to break open the defense. Heads Together managed to stay alive. All 3 players on the Heads Together defense have actually come up clutch so many times over the course of game number 1. The Honor Ones had a little bit of a stump. Now Zap, air dribble, not going to be able to get past Cade, who's been consistently on the backboard. I mean, the second this ball just gets anywhere close to the net, Manny, boom, he's on the backboard. He's got everything locked.
Now we see Kels on the dribble, just needs to deal with Zab. Tries it off with the 50, but Zab knows how to deal with those, and now on another clear, hits it, looking for another double touch. He does this play all the time, and it never fails him, but Kels is back in time. And now Kels on another transition attack. He just needs to get around Taha, but he doesn't have the flip. We see that'll do it, but that's a ball play from Uday, and Kels will get credit for the goal, and the Honor Ones takes game 1.
I don't think Heads Together were ready for that one. Renjiro, no! Oh man, an absolute heartbreak ending for game number 1. Yeah, not the starting Heads Together we're looking for, but on the bright side, what an upset. Of course, I've said this like a billion times over the course of game number 1 alone, but Heads Together being the clear overdogs come up entirely empty. I mean, we're talking scoreless here over the course of game number 1, and you saw the slaughter fest that Heads Together versus Team 8 was, and the Honor Ones are keeping them scoreless? What on earth is this?
You gotta give credit where credit's due on the defense, man. Kels, he's been blocking every single chance that Zab gets. Like, Zab normally gets these plays from the midfields and it just goes in, but Kels has probably been watching the stream and realized that that's what Zab's been doing. A lot of transitional plays, and he's always last back, so Zab can't get. So Zab has to deal with that 4th defender. But the backboard seems to be open, and Taha will get credit.
There he is. We were waiting for him to come up huge. It's Mr. Myers. He's been the talk of the town for the better part of this TRL season, a rookie season, might I mention. Now he is this much closer to finding himself a trophy next to his name. Heads Together break their scoreless streak. They've got to first. This is the first lead they'd have all series long. Needless to say, they're looking to add on to it. But Zab without any boost, not too much he can do off the backboard. Run for the follow-up as well. Forces the Honor Ones back, and they're running pretty low on boost here, Mini. This is a brilliant opportunity for Heads Together.
Yeah, you're right, but that's a big challenge and a big win for Axel. He needed that touch, and he got it. He won the 50 as well, and the ball is centering across the net, but it seems like it's more just Axel wanted to put some pressure, get his time, bring some time for his teammates to get some boost, and that might be a goal right there, Axel. Axel Kels. You think he really wanted that one, but unfortunately he won't get credit. Now Zap on the 1v1 play, but he gave the ball away. Axel with the free clear. As Uday trying to see what he can do with that clear. Axel just goes straight for the shot. Renjiro getting for the save. Now it's Cade's on the follow-up. Can't get us around. Zap on the backboard. He tries to drop that one down, but he misses contact on the ceiling. Now Zap on the clear. Can he do it once more? But Ren gets in the way, and it's still a 1-0 lead.
Man, talk about the performance from both Ren and Mr. Myers here. I mean, we just saw the attempted shot as well, and Ren had a pre-jump save to keep it out. Pretty phenomenal work from these two players, and the Honor Ones having a tough time getting it past them. Now Axel can't find the clear necessary. Zap is on a mission as he homing missiles 2 players in net. This time around, Heads Together don't have it in them to punch in a second, as they are playing rather passively with this 1-goal lead. Certainly within reason, but you gotta imagine the Honored Ones are always within striking distance.
Yeah, the Honor ones are definitely still developing their chances, and it's basically just as equally as well as in game number 1. They just got to, get the final shot in there. But they still got plenty of game time left to tie this game up, at least for the Honor ones. Uday wants to time this all up to Axel, but Axel backs up, and a Zap who catches the ball, gets it around all of the players. Can he finish the job? No, it's off the post, and it's still a 1-goal lead, Wasey.
One goal has all that separated these two teams throughout the course of game number 1. And I think that might just be the case here if the Honor ones can't find a way to flip the script. Here's Axel, he's got Cade in the midfield to work with as well, and Cade does take control. Without any boost though, he's gonna have to leave that play alone, and oh no, it's Zap on the backboard. The second you let this guy have possession, well, Cade doesn't even want to let me finish that sentence. He knows he cannot afford to let Zap have a play on the ball. Challenges deep and gets his opponent off of the play. Certainly a good measure from the Honor ones in order to keep themselves alive, but they've got to find a first here, Mini. A couple good looks, nothing's really resulted in a goal.
Yeah, just the second the ball's in the blue half, it's just immediately out in like, I feel like 1 or 2 chances. And Uday looking to make it a third chance as Kellis goes straight for the shot. Taha can make contact with the ball. Renshiro will bail him out with that one. But we gotta get, but the only reason why it's still 1-0 though is because Kellis has always been back at the last second. Every time he challenges Zap, he makes sure it's a weak enough challenge for him to force the ball. So if Zap does end up giving the ball away, he's already back. Because he's not putting so much commitment into the challenge, but he's there for the shot, and Taha gets the save.
I mean, this guy's just everywhere on the offense, on the defense, you name it. Cade just seems to be there. Now Zap flip reset. Can't get it around Axel, who's been placing his challenges brilliantly. He seems to be reading Zap like a book. Every single challenge comes to Axel's way. He seems to have a solid answer to it. Ball's dangerous in the midfield. It's a race. Zap's there first 1v1, and he's never going to lose that. A 2-goal lead for Heads Together.
Yeah, it's finally, in a 1v1 too, Zap finally wins it. It's been a while. I mean, he's been 100% success rate. You mentioned versus Team 8, but this team, Honor ones, giving Zap a bit of a hard time when it comes to winning his ones. But finally, Zap finally winning that 1v1, giving Heads Together 2-goal lead here. A minute remaining, the Honor ones. No response. The offense has kind of been dry. They haven't really been getting the best pressuring moments. Let's see if Axel can change that, but Renshiro will deny that. It's 48 seconds remaining here. Uday. Uday. Cade takes matters to his own hands. See if he can get around Zap, but Zap to the blue corner. Oh. Try to clear it there from there. Kel's looking for the doink, but it's not enough. Axel now wants to send this one mid, but Renshiro completely blocks it. It's a shot towards the net. Uday is there for the save, but still 30 seconds remaining. They're still down by 2.
You gotta credit the Honor ones, Mini. I mean, they did such a good job keeping themselves within striking distance for the better part of game number 2, but they gave Zap a single 1v1, and that was all he needed to lock this game away. The Honor ones will be dropping this game, and as such, we equalize in this series. Still incredibly tight. I mean, we're pretty surprised that the Honor ones, they've sent that one wide. But at this point, the game is done. That's when you can happily shrug off and say go next. Game number 3. It's gonna be a lot to prove here for the Honor ones.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's just more just the offense. I mean, that shot would have been nice if it got synced in, because then you have a 4-second. You can tie the game in 4 seconds if that one went in, but fortunately for Honor ones, it did not go in, so they didn't get that chance, and Zap just decided to score that last one. In terms of what Honor ones are doing, I do like the way Kel's challenging Zap every single time. It doesn't commit too much for him to put him like completely out of position. I do like that. It's just a matter of getting his teammates involved in those challenges. I'm not really seeing too much. Oh, we see Axel, but I do want to see Uday all over Zap's face too. And I think that will help them out a lot in terms of getting Zap off the ball, because that's pretty much the headline for like going against Heads Together. You want Zap off the ball. You don't want him in a 1v1 situation. You don't want him in like into those aerial plays, because once he's in the air, it's pretty much it's up to him if he wants to score on you or not. At this point, that's just how good he is as a player. So don't give Zap the ball, keep him off the ball, and maybe demo him too. We'll see.
Well, he is a notoriously difficult player to demo him. It's easy to say, yeah, just go get a bump on him,
Yeah.
but he's very good at dodging these.
Yeah,
Like,
he's not very good. Yeah.
he certainly knows what to expect coming into these matchups. He knows he's going to be the main target, and he usually does a pretty good job of fending his opponents off. The Honor ones, though, still gotta do at least your duty by putting him in a tough spot every now and then. And as such, for game number 3, you can already see Zap awkward on the near post as the Honor ones looking to make an impact as we get into this game. A huge demolition opens up the field a little bit more for the Honor ones, but Zap has their breakout. Another 1v1, and it's a pre-jump that goes nowhere. Axel once again stuck in net. This is the exact 1v1 we saw back in game number 2. And of course, history's gonna repeat itself, Mini.
And Mr. Merz definitely helping out Zap just literally just by being below him too. He's it helps Zap getting a little back pass back to him as he's falling through the air. And what heads together, they literally put their heads on that one together, Zap and Myers. And well, yeah, it's exact 1v1 scenario. You want to try to avoid that one. And Merz getting that sweet touch off the backboard, definitely needed. And heads together, I mean, it's not that just their offense being an issue, it's also their defense as well. Taha and Renshiro, they've definitely been proving that they're annoying to deal with. Might want to take it to the skies if you're Honor ones, because I feel like that's what they'll struggle the most.
But still dicey on the goal line here as the Honor ones looking to build up some pressure. Now it's Cade from the sidle, a ton of boost. This is his home, this is where he thrives, but he can't get anything done with it this time around. And this is where the Honor ones needs to pick it up, especially when they have those possessions to make the most of it. A very tall order, but Axel is here for the answer. Another one on target. Catches heads together slightly off guard, but they are able to make the stop. Nevertheless, ball once again dangerous in the midfield. It's a pure race. Pure speed to determine who comes out on top in the midfield game. And both teams stepping up to the batting plate time and time again. Neither team really able to take a strong foothold in the midfield. But still, the Honor ones, they've been scoreless for the better part of games 2 and 3. They got to break the curse.
Curse might be broken right here if Kels can get something going. But he needed that last second touch. Oh, but it goes right inside front of Uday. But Renshiro comes out from the sidelines, getting the savior medal for him. Now Axel on the retrieving end hits it off to the sidewall, hoping for Kels to retrieve it as Kels does have the boost. Can't get this around all the defenders. He takes his time here. That's a good play here. Can he get this around all 3 defenders? The Zap to shut down that play down. Half the game remaining here. Honor ones are still looking for that goal.
Pretty dicey here on the goal line as Cade from the heavens tries to poke a hole into the defense, but as together seem to have it on lock time and time again. This defense has been tested on either side of the pitch. Cade responding on the side of the Honor ones, and of course Zap responding on the side of Heads Together. Shots gone slightly wide, and Heads Together being given a fair amount of space to work with it. And especially when you got Ren and Mr. Myers tag teaming down the pitch, you know Mr. Myers is gonna love to go for those bumps as well, but this time around it's the Honor ones who find a bump. Cade top bins and the equalizer.
Axel, you menace! That demo was huge!
Right?
Put the whole tier 3 heads together on an awkward position because they weren't expecting that! Axel with the demo and Kels with credit for the goal. It's a tie game.
A beautiful team play out of the Honor ones keeps themselves back in it, and that scoreless streak has finally been broken. The drought is no longer, and when it rains, it will pour for the Honor ones, but still they've got to find another minute and change. Goal line being threatened, but Axel is not too concerned about this particular play. Hands the ball off to Cade, who takes to the skies. And he's trying to speed the play up a little bit. Make sure that Zap doesn't have an opportunity to get back, but it's too late. Zap's already on the backboard, and the Honor ones gonna have to take a little bit of time to regroup.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion there in that blue side of the field, but Zap, and it just went right into Zap's hands, and he's looking for the finisher. Can he get his attempt in the middle for a teammate, but no one is there. Kels getting it clear, and now he has Kels with 100 boosts. Can he get this around the net? It's going for the air jump, but he gets it to the defense. It's Cade.
He turned on the ripple power-ups for that one. I mean, that ball is stuck to the nose of his Octane. Zap even couldn't make a stop to it as he threads the needle between the two last defenders of Heads Together. For the first time since game number 1, the Honor Ones has found themselves a lead. Just under a minute remaining, and they've got to hold on to it. A golden opportunity, and you cannot afford to squander. Cade is on pure time burning mode, but this time around, Renshiro has the read, wants to challenge deep, and heads together another possession. Zap, he's been bumped off, but this might give him a shot. It's gone wide, but he follows up, and it's good for the equalizer. The Honor Ones could not find the stop.
He finds the angle, Wasey, from a position like that. Kels, I don't even think he expected that was a possibility. And Zap catches the defense off with their pants down, essentially. And it's a tie game.
You know, one of the first things you learn in Rocket League, Mini, is that your corner is a safe spot. And I think that theory has been thoroughly disproven here by Azapatos. How he's able to pull off that angle, the Honor Ones can't quite comprehend. With a couple of seconds remaining, I'd say game number 3 is bound to go to an overtime, but still, a couple of seconds here, 4 heads together to find themselves a goal in regulation, but first they've got to regroup. It's pretty awkward here.
Backward.
On the defensive half, the Honor Ones a shot. It's been denied, and as such, we have overtime.
Yeah, it's been scary for heads together, but the defense has been holding down 9 saves. And the start of this overtime with Honor Ones having 13 shots. Make that 12. The offense with the Honor Ones is definitely racking it. Just a matter of just piercing to the defense as Taha and Renshiro both having savior medals. With Renshiro needing 1 more to get 2 savior medals. The defense of the heads together has been strong. Can the Honor Ones pierce through the defense in this overtime as Kels on the receiving end goes for the shot, but Zap gets his savior medal. 3 savior medals across the entirety of the heads together. We see how long can this defense hold?
Seemingly forever, Mini. I mean, these guys are a brick wall. Aside from the 2 they've conceded, of course, but they were pretty phenomenal shots by Cade. You can't discount his offensive prowess. What? Dangerous on the goal line, and Zap, he had put in a little bit of extra effort to make sure he didn't inadvertently own goal. Barely turns that one away to the corner. Now Axel putting together a play of his own. Honor Ones starting to break down the head-together defense as Ren dives deep. It's only Zap on the near post, and with a little bit of boost, manages to make the stop.
Finally, Zap with full boost on his side of the field. Definitely would help getting the ball out, but that takes all of Zap's car. But Renshiro just sits back. He knows he has to sit back. But Kels is threatening the double touch at the backboard so open. It's a fake out, but Zap is there. He saw that one coming. He gets to clear his friend on the dribble, but he's getting bumped by Axel. Whatever gives the ball right to Zap, but Uday's in the way. That's what we like to see, Wasey. But Zap still is all over the ball and is troubling in his midfield for both teams.
1 goal determines who has all the momentum in this series. Will it be the underdogs of the Honor Ones, or will it be the Titans of TRL heads together? Uday certainly looking to make his mark with a handful of boost. He's run out for the time being, but does manage to sneak it into the offensive half. Now up to Renshiro. It's a true battle of the tier 3s as both Uday and Renshiro plus Talha getting involved in pretty much every opportunity that comes to them. Axel, no shot this time around, but still forces heads together back, and they're starting to run a little low. Mini Zap's got some boost, so does Ren, and with the little boost they have, do manage to break out.
That was definitely could have been a chance right there for the heads together, but Taha, he didn't want to commit to the Zap doing an air dribble of his own, but Axel's on the backboard getting the save. Cade on his own backboard, looking to see that he can take his time on that one, gets the flick over 2, but Zap is there to receive it, and Zap might have a chance here. The little bumps coming through. Uday super awkward. Zap goes for the fake, but Kels comes back just in time, and now Kels on the transitional play, he gets it done. The net's temporarily open. Can he put this one in? It's secured. Cade gains the lead for his team.
MVP performance from the tier 1 of the Honor Ones. He's come up huge over the course of game 3 time and time again, and he's sealed out this overtime. More than 2 minutes passed, and Cade makes his mark. He's already done enough this series. I mean, 3 goals, hat trick here, and so far, not much to show for the Honor Ones, having put in so much work over the course of that game to come out entirely empty. Oh man, that's a beater.
Dude, I mean, for the Honor Ones, it would definitely be a momentum killer if they lost this one. 19 shots wasted.
Yup.
19 fucking shots.
I can even count the high.
Me neither. Like, I didn't realize. I was so confused when I saw the 11 in there. I was like, holy shit, there's an 11. Like that would definitely been a throwaway game. The Honor Ones did not secure that one, and they need to keep that offense up because they heads together were struggling getting the ball out of their half. And if the Honor Ones can keep it up, this is gonna be a very exciting series, Wasey.
11 shots still just blows my mind. I mean, I don't think we've seen that many shots come out of any individual player for quite a while. Certainly not in this top 4 matchups by any means. Now Zap, he's looking to rival that number. We haven't even started talking about game number 4. He's already putting on his show. Double flip resets, but can't quite sneak past the goal line. But Cade sees his opportunity, realizes that there are 2 players back, and he wants to speed up the play. Force heads together back into an awkward spot, but can't get the job done. But you gotta admire at least the plays that Honor Ones are coming up with. How they managed to speed up the play when Zap is not last back is something that not every other TRL team has managed to do, Midi.
Oh yeah, for sure. Once Zap's out, go full send, stay in the air. That is the play to deal with heads together. Other than just trying to demo him, but demoing Zap. But as you said, it's not an easy task to do. But it is an easy task to bait Zap for a challenge and go from there. 4 minutes, and we're still scoreless. Heads together. They need this win because they do not want to be facing match point.
Yeah, to see match point this early would be a bit of a disaster here for heads together, especially after not dropping a single series to have come this far, and to drop to the Honor Ones in 5 would not be their finest moment. Now Zap hands it off to Mr. Myers from the corner, forces Cade back onto the near post, which might do a little bit of justice, but Cade has found himself in a pretty decent position to take care of the play. Zap, what an angle, but Cade has the read. I mean, how on earth is he keeping that one out?
You have to just respect the play. Like, if you, like, that's basically what happens. He respected the touch, because Zap is a good player, right? You want to respect these type of touches, and that's what Kels did. He knew Zap was going to put that in, so he's more than ready for that.
He's got the read. I mean, you got to admire it. Clearly, Cade has done his homework, and every play that Zap throws at him, he seems to have it on lock. Here's another test, though. Kidney passes with a flying colors yet again. Cade, tested by Zap in the air, makes no mistake. Now Zap to the corner and does manage to take out the tier 1 of the Honor Ones before handing it off to his teammates. But at that point, the deal is done, and the Honor Ones looking to regroup with possession. They're not out of the woods. And Zap off the ceiling, goal line dunk, and he finds a first mini.
Fucking airstrike, dude, right from the ceiling, and Kels is his house destroyed from the missile. That is Zap, and it's a 1-goal lead. Halftime remaining for heads together.
He called out the precision strike for that one, Mini, and
yes, he did.
He's just gonna sink it into the back of the net to the Honor Ones at a loss for words. I mean, you can't just possibly expect someone to come flying down from the ceiling just to dunk it on your head. And the Honor Ones are a little speechless. Oh, the fake! Oh, you can't do him like that. Hey, Zapatos. He's a dirty little fool. He's played the Honor Ones for a second.
That's so messed up, too. But yeah, didn't really have much of a choice other than play the 50. Turn off the cameras, as Axel said. He didn't want to see that again. But it doesn't matter. 2-goal lead, heads together, and it's Zap. It's Zap the one to score it.
Yeah, he's done with your funny business. He's got a third. This guy won't let us finish a full sentence. Hat-trick here for game number 4, and it took him only 30 seconds. He flipped the switch, he turned the lights on, and the Honor Ones are stuck in the dark. Couple minutes remain for the Honor Ones to make a difference, but I don't know if they've got it in them to fend against the beast. He's going for another. He's not done playing with his food, Mini.
Zap just said, I'm a lock in. I would win. He said every single term he can probably think of. And as Axel to reduce the lead, Ude with the follow-up, but he's not found. Zap getting both saves. Now Zap on the transition. He's got the Mussy. Can he get the reset as well? He goes low and it pinches his way, and it's a fourth. Oh my god, dude.
Things just went from bad to worse for the Honored Ones. Any momentum they had by taking away game number 3, gone, Mini. Just like that. I mean, we're talking Thanos snap levels of ridiculousness. Heads together are a totally different beast here in game number 4. This is night and day. How on earth are the Honored Ones gonna even consider answering back?
You kind of just have to throw this game away and say, next game. Yeah, I mean, at this point, you gotta start thinking about how you're gonna approach the rest of the series. Clearly, Zap has figured something out, and it's able to score 4 goals in quick succession as well. With a minute remaining, though, I mean, pretty huge win though for Heads Together. Daystar will get credit for 1. Is it winnable?
Nah, I mean, the way Zap is playing right now, absolutely not. I mean, you need to see a miracle and a half for the Honored Ones to get even remotely close to the scoreline, especially with less than a minute remaining. I don't know, it might be curtains for game number 4, Mini, but Uday is looking to do the impossible. He's found himself a goal here for game number 4. I don't think he's gonna get another, especially with Zap already hands it off to Ren. Shots on target, and the Honored Ones are doing everything they can just to keep it out of their own goal line. Cade counter, but to no avail. Heads Together, dominant performance in game number 4 to equalize the series.
We still got 25 seconds remaining here. I'm sure.
Oh, come on, don't even try talking, Mini. This one's done.
No, if you really believe and you use so much copium, there's a chance. But as the time ticks down, we see though that chance is definitely.
I don't know what you're trying to
very
prove.
slim,
25 seconds,
very
3
slim and
goals.
slim.
Like,
6 seconds left. Ren's gonna make it 5. No, Axel will get the save. And you said it best, Wasey. It's a tie series.
I'm at an absolute loss for words. Heads Together, you simply could not ask for a better performance. Zapatos, what? Really? Only 854 points? Bro didn't even drop a Thawi? There's no way. With that performance, I mean, someone check the numbers.
Nah, see, the problem is that goals can only give you so many points, but he was too busy scoring. He had no saves. Like, if he had saves, Wasey, definitely would give him points for that, but he was just offense. He didn't need to save anything.
I mean, fair play. If the ball's never going to be in your half, there's no balls to save.
Yeah.
Now we head into Deadeye Canyon for game number 5. Match point on the line here. The Honored Ones, despite being the underdogs, have kept this remarkably close. Can only imagine that they'll be able to come off with something spectacular over the course of game number 5. But all the pressure on their shoulders here, you can feel the nerves truly beginning to spike. This is where it gets real, Mini. You come to play, you come to win.
Game 5, we started off with both teams trying to figure who wins the ball. And it's actually looking to send this one here, but Renshiro leads it for Zap. Zap with control. He has to deal with Cade, who's right behind him. Cade wants to get this ball out of Zap's hand, but it's really not working here. Finally, Axel doing the job, and Axel might have a chance if he takes his time, and he secures the goal. Yes, he does. It's Honored One striking first.
And just like that, the Honored Ones have come up with a response, the first lead that they've had since game number 3. Because after that, it was all Heads Together, and you cannot afford to see a repeat of game number 4, Mini. Must be put at all costs. Dangerous off the kickoff of already Heads Together, coming off with a quick shot on target. The Honored Ones keep it out for the time being, but still a decent amount of pressure on Cade especially, who's been coming up huge with some of these aerial plays. To find himself a little bit of insurance to work with, because you cannot leave Heads Together within striking distance.
Cade on the possession, he takes it to the skies. Renshiro's there to meet him on the backboard. Getting the touch as well. Uday looking for the shot. Zap does not make the catch! And that's a fumble!
A rare mistake from the tier 1 of Heads Together. Certainly not the starting they were looking for here in game number 5, but the Honored Ones, oh, they're not complaining. They got exactly what they were looking for. They got their little insurance, their buffer lead. And with more than a handful of minutes remaining in game number 5, they got to hold on, play the possession game. Axel has been instrumental in that possession game, sneaking in challenges. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Well, you win some, you lose some, Mini. And this time, they lost them.
And you know, Uday felt bad, right? He felt bad at Zap own goal, and Uday was like, you know, I'll do it for him back. You know, giving credit where credit's due. But you know, you definitely didn't want to give that one away. But it happens. You know, it happens to the best of us. Clearly, it's happened to a former number one ones player. That is Zap. It can happen to anyone. That's a plan B. He just pulled a plan B. He's gonna get credit for this.
Yep, that's a free shot on net for Zap. And he snipes that one left side. I think the last time we saw Zap plan B was a while back. It was sometime during the group stage, I want to say. And that time he was able to plan B directly into the back of the net. This time around, does work out as an assist, and now we are dead equal in game number 5. With a couple of minutes remaining, you gotta imagine one goal is all that's gonna determine who takes match point and who starts on the back foot.
Yeah, you really thought the Honor Ones was gonna get away with game 5, but Heads Together just turned it up a notch, and now they might get the lead. Yes, they will. Zap, the long and gone ball makes all its way towards back to the orange net, and Heads Together steal the lead.
And the Honor Ones, feels like just a few seconds ago, they were with a 2-goal lead, and it's done. I mean, this is the second time this series that they've faced their lead just gone reduced to ashes. Couple minutes remain. The Honor Ones on the back foot. Axel for the shot. Renshiro, although awkward, is able to piece it into the corner, but still Heads Together, not finding the connections necessary to break out. Finally, Renshiro able to do just that. And the Honor Ones taking their time on the pit. Wait.
Ruan.
Wait.
Ruan.
They broke it.
And Kells does not get the goal. That was
No
the chance.
way.
The Honor Ones. Zap respected it. Of all players too. He respects it. And the Honor Ones don't take advantage.
Well, he didn't respect it. He broke it. He saw that ball going to his goal, and he was like, nah. He was out of there.
bumped him off.
Oh, he did?
Yeah,
well, that
Richard
changes
bumped him
things. Well, I feel like you gotta score there. I mean, their tier 1 is gone. You got Talha and Renshiro and all those great players. I think you know what I'm gonna say next. I'll leave that sentence unfinished. Nevertheless, the Honor Ones, that ball's just gotta go in the net.
No, he definitely should have gone in, but I think Kells didn't get the flick. And now Zap going for a silly play of his own. Axel getting this credit for the save. Renshiro thinking he can stop the ball a little bit, but Kells, that ball might be long and it's gone. Kells, it's a tie game.
And of course, it's Cade with the long shot. I mean, he has just been playing textbook over the course of this series, Mini. He doesn't really go for many mechanical plays unless it's just a clear shot opportunity. This time, he sees the shot, he sees the goal, he gets the job done, and the Honor Ones are back in it. After dropping the 2-goal lead, they once again find themselves toe-to-toe with the Titans of TRL. And now they've got to come out on top. Minute and change, the Honor Ones have got it all.
And Zap on another dribble play, but they start getting back just in time, getting that slight touch that basically fumbles all of Zap's plans on that play. Now it's Cade on the transition. He's looking for the bump. Get it landed. Daystar was hoping he would land as he jumps for that one. As Axel again 1v1 against Zap. He's been pretty successful so far ever since game number 2. And now a minute and change remaining. We see tie game. 1 goal this late could mean match point for a team.
It is truly coming down to the wire here for this matchup. And to think that we thought Heads Together were the clear overdogs, the Honored Ones has made us eat our words more times than we can count in this series. Can they come out on top yet again? It's Axel from the corner. Cade, he's also pretty deep in this play, looking for his time to commit. He finds it, shot denied courtesy of Zap, who is up quick. Doesn't find it, but does give Honored Ones a possession. Zap quickly denies with a couple of seconds remaining. You cannot afford to slip up here. Maybe one mistake means match point, and Heads Together are barely keeping themselves in it.
0 seconds, not 0 seconds, 0 boost for both players, and now Zap with boost, and he's in the air. What can you do if you're the Honored Ones? Big save coming out for Axel. That's a 6th save for him. That's Kells on the counter attack. He just hit the deal with Zap. Last back, he gets it over him, but it's off target. Can he get it around? Renshiro gets back in time. Axel going for that 0 second shot. It's actually goes right down to the middle. Kate
Oh,
looking for the ring like he wasn't able to get it, and it's overtime. We see.
my goodness. I mean, I jumped out of my seat for that one. Cade, the 1v1 against Zap, and he comes out on top just to not find the goal. It's completely and entirely heartbreaking. But man, the Honor Ones, that was simply brilliant. If they can replicate that again in this overtime, they are surefire going to match point.
Oh, the double. But that's a double commitment.
Oh,
and it's
no.
really last back.
Oh,
you know,
no,
there's so
he's
much for the demo
dead.
from Ren was definitely secure. And Zab with the air dribble from midfield gets this team to match point. And not just any type of match point wasting, but championship point.
Here we go, Minnie. Can we see a champions field? Heads together, find themselves the win in this overtime, but oh man, you can't help but think about that 1v1 at the tail end of regulation. It's going to be going through Kade's mind for the duration of this game number 6, how close he was to finishing it off in regulation. And now they've got to do it all over again. Man, what a series, Minnie.
I have just no words. I mean, you look at the Honor Ones. Axel been dealing with Zap's 1v1 like it's been nothing so far.
Yup.
He's actually been the hero for the Honor Ones. You have Cade on the offense and Axel on the defense. And Daystar just anywhere where the team needs him to be. And it's just been working. But the offense, I mean, Cade, he wanted it so badly, he switched to the Fennec wasting. He knew it was the Octane. He blamed the Octane on that one. Why that's not his net. No, it was not in the back of the net. Now he's looking for the double touch. Not enough boost. Daystar with the follow-up. It's a floater. Zap getting the save. He got bumped out of the net. And then Axel to finish it off.
And what a start for the Honor Ones here. I mean, they are giving heads together. No time to breathe. Axel with the speed on the near post finds himself a first. And this is where things get a little dicey, meaning the last time we saw the Honor Ones take a 1-goal lead, they quickly followed up for a second, and then boom, they lost it. Heads together. Once again, they pull off the same shenanigans. Oh, I won't even finish that sentence. An equalizer was well within the books.
But Renshiro, I mean, it's all in Renshiro here. He's getting the bump out of Kells and is just leaving the net again open for Zap. Renshiro with these bumps are so deadly on the defense for the Honor Ones. And it's a tie game.
Yeah, Mr. Myers as well has been instrumental in coming off with these bumps. I mean, who let these demons on the pitch tonight? They are out for blood, and they have found it time and time again. Now it's the Honor Ones finding themselves on the back foot. With more than a couple minutes remaining, they still gotta contend with Zap. Flipping set towards the goal line. Mr. Myers dives deep, looking for a bump. That'll open up the door for a counterattack as Cade musty towards the backboard. And what a commit by the Honor Ones as Axel dives deep. It's just missed the open net. The Honor Ones have a little bit of breathing room here as they have a second life.
But Zap is gonna make sure he can take away that second life immediately. Actually, no, Taha would try to do it himself, but it's off target. Kells with time and space. Getting the 50. Does that boost spawn for him? No, it does not. He does have enough, kind of have enough boost, but Renshiro getting credit on the save down the goal line. Axel, see if he can apply more of the pressure on the blue side, but it's not enough. Daystar can't get the 50. It's another demo coming up from Renshiro. Leaves the net temporarily open for Zap. Kells back in time. Kells on the transition. Can't get this play going. Looking for the little double touch. Looking for the dunk, rather. It's off the post.
My.
What a reason for the Honor Ones. That was the chance we see, but it's not done. It was not good enough.
And the Honor Ones are in pain right now. I mean, all the way back thinking to that 1v1 at the end of game number 5 to this. That ball has been on the goal line so many times, and to see it not go into the back of the net, it's quite a difficult task for the Honor Ones to keep their head up, but so far they are holding up to the task. Mr. Myers can't quite take to the sky this time around. Uday has the stop. And while Renshiro stands this wide, the Honor Ones are looking for their time to strike. It's only a matter of time before they find a suitable challenge against Zap and bring the pain, but they haven't found it yet. A massive bump might open the door, but first the Honor Ones have to stay alive.
Oh my God.
On the near post. It's chaos, but no harm comes to the Honor Ones net.
No harm, it's still going. We see Renshiro off the off the orange corner. The follow-up from Taha is up to the skies, up to the back where Axel, does he get the read? No one's getting the read. The net, the ball just right in front of the orange net. And Zap to finish it off the bump from, I believe, a Renshiro again. Actually, no, it's Taha getting the bump. Chaos in the goal line, we see.
And where there's chaos, Hands Together seems to thrive. A couple of minutes remain and the Honor Ones have their backs against the wall. 1 goal minimum to at the very least force an overtime and then game number 7. But Cade, no problem for him as he comes up huge on the near post. 5th is a demon and comes out on top.
Hey. One mistouch from Zap was all it took for K to score that. That is crazy. That is one way to tie it up the game, especially from a goal that's silly as the last one that just went in. So Taha looking to get the lead right back, but it's blocked away by Daystar. Zap all over the ceiling with this one. Can't get this around the defense. It's in front of the orange net. Renshiro committed with the ball. Goes right into Taha's. Axel getting it clear, but I don't know. Follow-up either. And now team scrambling midfield. Now it's Cade with possession, looking for this sidewall double, but Zap intercepts it in front of the blue net. Where's the follow-up? Zap is there, and it's still tie game. Similar to game 5, wasted, but this time can the Honor Ones close it out?
And the Honor Ones, although they may have equalized, it is still do or die. Cade comes up empty. O'Day needs the shot, but he finds the pass instead. And now Honor Ones within striking distance yet again on the goal line. And you gotta give Cade his flowers every time that Zap has not been in possession or he's messed up even slightly. Cade has been all over. It's even outplaying him at times. Just what the Honor Ones need here in order to force this game number 7 and take themselves a trophy. But still, they've got to contend with Heads Together. Just under a minute, 1 goal, and the Honor Ones are this much closer to finding a game 7.
Daystar not able to get the credit, not able to find the shot on net. Can he get the boost though? Yes, he does. Axel looking for the shot, top right. It's off the post. Zap playing it safe. Kel's also playing that one just as safe. And now Zap on the sidewall. That sidewall backboard, looking for the clears. Kel's with the follow. He's looking for one more towards the mid. Not able to make the contact. Little 50 as well. 1 boost and a dream, Wasty. Can't get this 50. It's enough. Kane's looking for the bump as well. Zap dodges it. Taha getting out of the way of Zap, but it's not enough. Axel getting the clear. Now Kel's again. A lot of pressure on the Honor Ones. It's just one mistake from the Heads Together in this regulation, but I think they won't make that mistake as Zap actually just finished it right here on his own, but it gets blocked away and overtime, Wasty.
It is do or die for the Honor Ones. One mistake, you gotta pack your bags. Oh, already the Honor Ones, they don't even want to send this into an overtime. Not even 10 seconds in, Cade comes up huge. Game 7, Mini. We have Champions Field.
Wasty, if you would have asked me at the beginning of the series if we were going to Champions Field, I would even look at you and be like, are you crazy? Are you stupid?
Yeah.
We're going to Game 7, Wasty. We're
What
going to
on
Champions
earth?
Field. This is the series that we hoped for.
Jeez.
We're getting spoiled, Wasty, and I cannot believe it. Cade getting 5 saves and just go, oh my god, dude, I'm at a loss for words.
This one's gonna go down in the history books as one of the greatest series that TRL has ever witnessed. Chat, I hope you're ready for a ride because you're about to get what's coming for you. Game 7. It is all on the line here for these two teams. The two titans of Zap and Cade come head to head. One of them can come out on top and the other sends themselves home from Winter 2024. And a delightful time to take a timeout. What? That's a bit of a momentum killer.
It's definitely a bit of a momentum killer. He has to restart DC voucher. Okay, so it appears the Honor Ones are using a DC voucher. Who would have guessed? Not me.
I guess we can continue building up suspense for this game 7. A little bit of theatrics.
All right.
Okay, chat. I gotta show you the chat. This is beautiful. You gotta switch to this. turn off the overlay, and W
Yeah,
Kate,
I
I
mean-
guess.
If I was in Game 7 against Zap, I mean, I'll probably piss myself too. No shame in that, right?
I guess not, bro. You gotta do what you gotta do. Well, chat, I think we're gonna take a quick break here. Not a very long break, just a couple of seconds while Cade restarts. We will return in just a couple of seconds. Game 7 coming up soon. That was a pretty short break, Minnie. Let's get right back to it.
Honestly, I'm so glad it was such a short break.
Yeah, right?
But it's pretty
I don't think I can wait any
unfortunate.
longer.
Honestly, that was really unfortunate for the Honor ones. Needed to burn a DC voucher for something as silly as that, though. Like, it's not even like you get kicked out of the lobby. He straight out got kicked out of the server because of the duplicate login and the kills. Strikes first in Game 7.
Hey, you absolute demon. How much more are you gonna put on the board? I have lost count of how many goals he's put up this series alone, and he does not stop, Minnie. This man is a machine. He makes no mistakes, and he is there to strike in the first. From the start of Game 7, heads together from the back foot. Got to find a way to inch themselves forward.
This kills on the air dribble, getting around all the
way,
defenses.
Cade!
Zap can make contact. Uday gets credit for the finish. 2-goal lead. Dream start for the Honor ones.
Wow, this is exactly how the Honored Ones wanted to start this Game 7. 30 seconds in, and Cade has 2, of course. Uday credited with the finishing goal for the second, but man, you gotta imagine, Cade has just been putting in a work on the offensive end. What on earth has got into this player? I'm at a loss for words, Minnie.
Dude, I don't even know either, man. But it's not just Cade. I mean, yes, he's so good offensively, but they've been shutting down Zap so better than any other team in this league. We see Uday has been on top of it. Axel especially, I mean, his 1v1s, winning the defensive 1v1s. The entire team is stepping up when they need to be stepping up. And it's showing. We see a 2-goal lead here in Game 7. Can they hold it or extend it? Either one will work for them.
The last time we saw a 2-goal lead, Minnie, was back in game number 3. That 2-goal lead had disappeared, but this time around they've got 3 hands together. An absolutely abysmal start to this Game 7 after leading the series at points. They have not come out on top here. The Honored Ones on the track to come off with a remarkable upset. Heads together have their work cut out for them, but they've got the time to do it.
You gotta put Axel in fucking Vegas because he's a slot
Yup.
machine, Wacy. There's no way he's playing on that perfectly. I don't even think Zap realized that it was even a possibility for like a Champ 2, Champ 3 player to pull that off. And there it is, Axel showing up huge. He's been Zap's worst nightmare on defense. And now on offense, Axel is showing up.
3 minutes are all that remains for the Honored Ones to come out as Winter 2024 champions. Heads together, I've got to put up the fight. You got any cards, you gotta put them on the table right now. Any aces up your sleeve, now's your time to show them. Zap for the shot, Zap for the goal, and heads together within striking distance yet again. It is truly going down to the wire here, Minnie. What could you ask for more?
You can't stop the running shoes. You can't stop the man Zap. He will be up in your face on offense. He would not give up just yet. There's still plenty of game time remaining. Y'all heads together to see if they can start cooking up on the offense here, but they got to deal with their defense as well as Kells. Kells has been definitely the X factor in the offense here. Can he keep it up? But a Zap on the backboard. Going for a full court carry. It's Axel, last back, and he denies Zap's attempt. It's Ventura up to the backboard. Taha send this one mid, but Kells blocks it. We see nothing works for heads together.
Oh, but this might just do the trick. It's air dribble after air dribble from Cade and Zapatos. They're taking turns putting in the work. And this time around, it's heads together. 1 goal, Mini. We could be seeing an overtime. If these continue the way they are, what on earth are we witnessing?
This has got to be one of the better grand finals we've seen.
Oh, by
dude.
far, Mini, by far.
I mean, you gotta look at the matchup too. We have the teams 1, team 2 of team building add against each other. So both of the SSLs. And you also there's just so much content here. We see. We still got 2 minutes remaining.
Oh,
Might
no!
be an infinite with that ball going all the way down the orange half, and it's Kel is receiving it, getting the save as well. But Kel's now on the offense, but he backs off just a little bit. Zap realizing he's backs off. Now Axel. Ball. It's right over him. Zap going for another 1v3 play. Can he get this one done this time around? He has no boost to finish it. Not in that corner boost is there for him. Besides, Renshiro wants to this one mid back. It goes right in towards the Zap, actually. A lot of confusion on the offense, but it seems to be working out for heads together. It's the ball. Sends it right back to the center. Axel looking for the long shot, but it's Renshiro getting credited for the 50.
Down to the wire here, Mini. Minute and change.
Oh
Zap
my
needs to
God.
come up huge. He's gone to the
What?
crossbar, and there's no follow-up either. Heads together, they need a first. A strong 50. Ren, you gotta hit a shot there. But with the nerves and with everything on the line, you can't exactly blame him. Still up to Zap to come up with the first. Okay, what a fake to get past 1. Axel there as well to get involved. 60 seconds on the clock. Do or die. 4 heads together. The Honor Ones this much closer to that trophy. Zap on target. He's got the equalizer.
Renshiro went back to his roots. He said, if it's Axel, he's gonna block his Zap. I'll just bump him out of the way. Tie game. We see it's Renshiro with the bump and Zap with the snipe.
Alright, chat. Now's your time to take a minute to breathe. Because from here on out, it is going to be non-stop between these 2 teams. Already, the Honor Ones looking poised to find themselves
Zap.
another, but first, it's Zap, double tap. Gone slightly wide this time around. Cade in position for the counter, but can't make it work. So is Axel, but once again, it's Zap on the sidewall. This is where he found a 3rd, and this is where he will find a 4th. Heads together, come out on top.
The bouncer, not enough for Uday to make contact. 30 seconds remaining. Honor Ones, they had the 3-goal lead, and now they're facing elimination, 2nd place, and not a TRL title.
Last couple of seconds. The Honor Ones, what do you got? It's time to play. Here's Axel for the shot, and he comes up with the 4th. Mini, I don't know how much more of this I can take. It is so non-stop here. Game 7 overtime. It is very well in the script.
What the fuck, dude?
This is just bonkers, Mini. I don't know how much more of this I can take. 15 more seconds. I don't even bother using my seat anymore. I am standing up and watching this game go down. Couple of seconds remain. Zaps up. You cannot afford to mess up here. Pancake denied by Cade. A massive touch on the goal line to keep it out, but ball stays alive. Mr. Mur's there. So is Cade to send it down. Game 7 overtime. Are you not entertained?
And it's Zap beating Zap on the kickoff, immediately going for the instant play. Can he get around Axel? He's been the X factor on defense for the Honor Ones. He's been such a nuisance for Zap. Can he keep it up? Now on the offensive side, can he get around Kells? Looking for the pass, but it bounces right off it. And there's Uday getting the touch. Zap's pretty awkward. He got bumped out of the way. Axel not wanting to go for this one. This is where the test of nerves, Wasey. Think of the nerves the players must be feeling it, man.
This is where players become champions. 1 goal between these 2 teams. And it's all come down to this. Now it's Cade from the corner. Zap. He's been so quick to every ball, but here in this overtime, you cannot afford to slouch off. Axel, instrumental to force this Game 7 overtime, has come up huge, and now he needs to do it again. And Zap, 3 rookies on the pitch with us tonight. Each of them looking for a trophy. My goodness, Mini. With this overtime now slowing down, we get a little bit of a breather before it's Mr. Myers in position. All dangerous, Mini. Could come down to one single mess up.
Zap Needs to get around Uday. Uday, it's up to the backboard. Where's the follow-up? Renshiro to finish the job. Blocked by Kate. It's ready for the Renshiro again. It's Renshiro Kamazaki. Wins it for his team. He heads together
Wow.
right to TRL Winter 2024 champions.
Let's
so
go.
glad.
Let's
I'm,
go.
I'm so glad I didn't
Oh
score the last
my
goal.
god.
Oh, what a series!
I think that's the one goal I scored like in both series, man.
It's the best goal.
Jesus.
Best one. My god.
Joining me, we can put our heads together. Zapatos, Renshiro, Talha, your Winter 2024 champions. Stage is yours, my friend.
Oh my god.
That was crazy.
That was the most stressful series ever.
That was insane, dude. I'm not gonna lie, we went down 3. I was starting to like get very worried, but we stayed in it. We just stayed battling. And that's all we needed at the end. And yeah. Anyone else want to take over for me?
I mean, like, after we went 3-0 down that last game, we just had so much belief. We believed so hard. And we somehow came up with 3 goals and then overtime, and oh my god. I need to calm down.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was
That
nuts.
like, the
I
last
can't
few
believe it,
games were
honestly.
those last few games were all like
All
very
right.
stressful.
Let's hear about the calms throughout the Game 7 OT. Give us a little bit of insight about what's happening in this voice chat.
So, for starters, it was kind of like in our previous games, except we would repeat everything like 5 times because we were so nervous. But I don't know. Like I would just be like, no, everyone would just be like, I'm going, or like, I'm going back, or like mid, or like he has. Like that was pretty much it. I don't remember any like complex comms or anything, but like
well, I can say for Game 7 specifically. If you're talking OT, that's like a whole nother story. But like, yeah, we were down 1, we were down 2, we were down 3, and we just had to remember to like just like, very similar to last series. You know, we just had to remember that we're still in it. And then as soon as we like brought it back, like I think once we were down 2-3, that's when we really like knew we had them. You know, we had them a little bit nervous from there, and then from then on, I mean, these guys just took over, yeah.
All right, guys, let's take a little trip through memory road. Started off a little over 6 weeks ago. Brand new team, of course. Sap coming in as a rookie. You have made it all the way here. How's it feel to see your team evolve and eventually become the champions?
Oh, me? Sorry.
Yeah. Who else am I talking to, man? I said your name.
I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I mean, like, yeah, at the beginning we like really sucked. Like, I expected to come in and like kind of win a lot. Like, I don't mean to offend you guys or anything. I just didn't know. Like, I just didn't know like, the skill level. I didn't know the skill level of the people here. So, but yeah, we were playing pretty bad at the beginning. And then like slowly but surely, we kind of like started getting used to each other. We started like just coordinating better, and then in this last week we've like improved a lot. Like we went over replays, and yeah, we really like we put our heads together, I guess, and it solved our problems just in the nick of time. So yeah, we've improved a lot. I'm honestly really proud of them.
He's shaking his head at you.
And yeah, like all our work paid off, so that's cool.
Now, of course, Game 7 overtime simply could not be closer. What do you guys have to say to your opponents for today, the Honor Ones? Truly a match to be put down into the history books.
100%. Like that it just got more and more intense as it went on. Like, yeah. It was hats off to them. Every single one of them played their asses off. It was ridiculous. We were pulling out like I remember at the beginning I was really aggressive with the bumps, but you know, as the series went on, we couldn't completely rely on that. But oh my god, yeah, Renshiro, you had the best bump near the end of Game 7. Like you had to pull everything out. Yeah. That was
Yeah, I mean, we needed to pull out everything to try and beat them, and
And Ren,
I'm just glad I could finally hit them.
yep. Ren, my last question goes to you. Our score for that game 7 overtime. You put the ball into the back of the net. You got yourself a trophy. It's been a handful of grand final appearances for you. You finally got one. How's it feel, man?
I mean, you say handful, but I've had one other grand final appearance.
Listen, man, I'm playing it up for the stream. Go with me here.
True. All the grand finals, and I finally
Yup.
clutched it up. It's crazy. um, I remember getting second place, and it's like it's a video game, and we played good, and I shouldn't have been like that upset, but I was really upset because I wanted to win with that team because we played really good all season, and like I just wanted to win with that team, and I felt the same way with us. Like we got this far, we worked our asses off, so I really wanted to win, and once we went 3-0 down, I was just like, there's no way we're letting it end here. We're clutching up. And then it happened.
For sure. We can put our heads together. You're Winter 24 champions. Congratulations, guys. What a fantastic game. Minnie, you think we want to go have a word with the honor ones? You think they'll be open to us having a chat?
No.
Or we let them be? What do you think, Minnie?
We let them be.
We let them be? All right.
We let them be.
We can put our heads together. Congratulations, guy. Have a good rest of your night.
Thank you. You too. See ya.
Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Oh, man. I think I forgot how to breathe during that game 7 OT. Like, I legitimately think I took a solid 2 breaths. Like, throughout that minute, bro. That was ridiculous. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that game 7 was peak Rocket League, bro. It was like I don't even know, man. I'm at a loss for words. I was out of my seat when Axel tied it up the 4th goal. I jumped out of my seat. Yeah. What a series, wait. That's the best way to put it. What a series.
What a series. We're waiting for the thumbs up from Uday. Yes, we got the thumbs up. Onwards, go have a word with them.
Name.
Yo, joining me is the honor ones. Axel, Uday, Cade. Wow. I mean, I'll leave the stage to you guys. Give us a little bit of insight about what was happening in the comms, especially in that same game 7 overtime. Let's hear about it.
Just to say, like, that team went crazy. It was a battle. I never played so good in my life. It was just stressful every single game, but like at the end of it, we were just hyping each other up when we got that goal or we're ahead of them or defending a shot. It would just, man, like it was so much emotions, especially losing in that OT game. Oh my God, man. That definitely hurt a lot, but like, I don't know. All of us like said we were, even if we lost, we were super happy we played that because that was crazy. Like I'm sweating. I'm sweating my ass off right now.
And you should be, Axel. I mean, you're the guy who slammed in the 4th to send it to the overtime. What's going through your comms as soon as you lock in that 4th in game 7?
I broke the sound barrier in my house. I think the cops might be coming here soon. I must have to dip soon.
Oh shit, bro.
It was too loud here.
Yeah, is that true, Cade?
What?
Is that true? Did he actually break the sound barrier?
It was like, "Ah!" And then like touching
the mic. Literally that. Literally that.
That's awesome. All right, the honor ones, give us a little trip through memory lane. How did it feel when you guys first came into the tournament, especially you got 2 rookies on the team, and now all the way here in this grand finals? Give us a trip down memory lane. What did it feel like to improve as a team and get yourself here?
Okay, you got this.
Pretty good. I mean, starting off like our first ever series together, we had to win it with a reverse sweep, so it was like, I don't know, pretty motivating in a way. And then just like becoming friends was a big part of like seeing the growth, just because I feel like we all wanted to improve for not just ourselves, but for like each other as well, which made it more like possible. So yeah. Yeah.
And of course, Axel, there's also that little rivalry on the pitch I wanted to talk about. I was wondering if you had any words to say about that particular matchup.
That fucker, dude. I'm about to fucking hear it like all day, man. I'm about to hear. You saw the lot of hate in the fucking the Twitch chat. I gotta go fight these guys in the backing parking lot of Safeway right now.
Oh no.
Yeah, I got some beef with every single one of those guys.
Fair enough. And Uday,
But honestly,
of
I'm
course-
proud. I'm just proud of him. Honestly, Mr. Mears, that's my homie. I've been playing Rocket League with him since it came out, and he's the only one that plays with me. And to see him like literally take the stage and beat my ass is honestly just amazing to see. So I love that guy. Shout at him.
Well, for the anime protagonist, there's always another opportunity, and yours is sure to come.
Of course.
But for now, Uday, I've got to ask, of course, it's been a couple of seasons for you, and you got yourself closer this time than you have any other. What's in the books for you coming up?
Oh, dude, honestly, like I'm not even mad that we lost. I'm on a different high. It's like the entire series was so fucking close. It was like so intense. I just enjoyed it all, like the entire journey. Like I remember from our first interview, I said we are going all the way, and we are right here in the finals. Even though
Fuck
we
yeah.
lost, it was
One goal
so
off.
close, so close. I just enjoyed playing with them. It was so much fun.
Well, congratulations for the onwards for an incredible season, especially. You guys have been up and down all over the place. I'll leave the desk open to you for any last shoutouts before we head out.
Ilama, always.
Mr. Mears.
All right. Congratulations, the honor ones. Have a good rest of your night, guys.
You too, man.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and wind down Winter 2024. Once again, that's going to be heads together coming out with the championship. Game 7 overtime down into the history books. What a night, Mini. But we're going to go call it here for the sake of both Mini and my voice. Jeez. All right, chat. TRL, if you are brand new to the stream, you can go ahead and join our Discord via the link in the chat, and make sure you are stay tuned because we got another tournament starting up soon next season in just about a month or so, and so I would stay tuned for that if you're interested. But for now, I think it's about time we call it. Till next time, Mini. Have a good night, man.
See you, Wasey.
Peace.